Hola a todos chicos, bienvenidos a otro directo de GM Snipes. Y este es la segunda parte de esta semana de la Crew Challenge. Estamos en 99, vamos a tratar de bajar más. Así que yo quiero que ustedes sean parte de esto y nos apoyen muchísimo. Y compartan ahí de una vez con todos sus amigos, compañeros, abuelos, vecinas, tíos, tías, de todo. A poner la música aquí de una vez para que no se me aburran, porque ustedes saben que yo no contesto mucho así cuando estoy en la Crew. Pero espero que se queden ahí a apoyarnos. Hay retraso como siempre. Falta Capo. Vamos a invitarlo. Ok. Vamos a esperar ahí varios minutos o varios segundos ahí para comenzar esta partida. Espero dejar cómo se ve acá. Pongo el screen de la cámara ahí para que vean. Esta música de acá para yo no oírla yo. Ya el directo viene comenzando en varios segundos, así que vamos a comenzar esto de una vez entonces. Nos tiró de una vez. Nos tiró de una vez. Así que deseando muchísima suerte en el chat. Por favor compartan con todos sus amigos en Facebook. La gente que entre de Facebook de una vez compartan, que no voy a poder compartir mucho. ¿Qué lo que?
Ya, manín, por fin voy a jugar bien, coño.
No, por fin vas a jugar tú la primera.
No, eso a mí no me importa, loco.
No. La primera como de... Porque tú sabes que tú siempre juegas. Estoy diciendo que jugar la primera de todas. Como la primera de las dos.
Pues yo normalmente no estoy aquí en la casa cuando llego.
Por eso. ¿Y por qué tú dices que ahora sí puedes jugar bien?
Porque compré el adaptador del teléfono y le puse el audífono de Yoto Cama. Pero se escucha esta vaina.
Ya no va a ser saga.
Ya no. Por lo menos con paso no.
Y los otros muchachos, Capo, Wemby, por favor.
¿Qué
es lo que ustedes dicen? Opiniones. Pero ahí no. Pero no está. No, aquí loco. Esos tigres están tirando de 3 y 2, así loco. No se preocupen por esos tipos. Opiniones.
No sé.
Ok, un voto para ahí. ¿Y los otros muchachos qué dicen? ¿Ah?
Ok, nos fuimos a Georgia allá atrás entonces, a la ciudad.
Ya.
Queda pila de gente, van a tirar todo para acá atrás.
Es una pila de gente, loco. Tú estás pasado esto.
Gracias a Dios que no pila de gente.
Que no, un ting ahí. Ya, loco, qué decisión esa vaina,
Te oye
Pero estamos
tú.
hablando cuando nos tiramos y tú no dijiste nada. Cállate ahora.
Yo no vi nada.
Cállese.
2 caigan atrás y 2 caemos en el edificio. Cayeron abajo ellos,
Atrás, al lado abajo.
Déjame yo arreglar esto rápidamente, espérate. Que no sé por qué que se me jode cada vez que yo reinicio. Lo oigo callado ustedes, ¿eh? Te mangaron pistola de una vez.
¿Para dónde cayó? ¿Para dónde cayó más o menos?
Ellos
En
se
el medio,
fueron.
en el medio.
Ellos se están yendo como para la derecha, 215.
No creo que soy yo. Déjame bajarle auto de los...
¿Ustedes revisaron toda esta casa acá atrás?
Enemies ahead.
No lo veo ya.
Ellos andan un poquito separados, ¿eh? Yo voy rotando por la izquierda. Para tener un ojo que no nos vengan por detrás. Ajá, oigo gente acá. Me devolví. Creo que lo de yo, yo ya pues vienen para acá ahora.
En la casa. Aquí.
Enemies ahead.
La casa verde también.
Apunta para allá, Black. Voy para la casa
Enemies
grande.
ahead.
Estoy apuntando. Lleva tiro. Cruza.
Ya.
Hay que seguir, eso es el mismo de ellos, loco.
Enemies
Yo no
ahead.
creo porque yo escuché como más de 2 pasos.
Sí, hay más. Hay uno en la casa del lado aquí, mira, me quedé.
Enemies ahead.
Está en la segunda planta.
Sí, lo vi. Diferente equipo.
Están en la primera casa del lado tuyo aquí. Uno al suelo.
Rematé.
Buenísima.
Se están yendo por detrás, Páralo. Páralo, no. Buenísimo.
La llega, que están llegando los otros. Ten cuidado, sí.
Ya, me está rusheando a mí.
¿Quién te están ruchando? ¿Uno de ellos?
De este lado. De otro equipo. Entran a mi casa, al edificio de nosotros.
Sí, Black, ven. Brinca de ahí.
Enemies ahead.
Andan en el tercer piso, Esta UMP no tumba a nadie, loco. No se dejen tumbar. Yo le tumbé a uno de ellos,
¿Dónde tú estás?
Tres en el piso, tenemos que luchar.
No fuimos.
Dale, capo.
Estoy sin vida,
Vengan, 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 vengan todos, vengan todos.
Ruchen. Lleva tiro en la carrera.
Loco, me metí. Oh my god, loco.
No.
Wow, loco. Dímelo, Daniel Loaiza. Mira, la partida de nosotros comienza en 47 minutos. Eso fue tan rápido que nos mataron. Ese rucheo de los muchachos, a mí, yo ruché con ellos, pero yo tumbé a 3 tipos, oye, 3 tipos. Ya el capo estaba abajo esperando. Y eso le dio todo el tiempo del mundo a ellos para parar a los otros. No teníamos nada de vida, pero como quiera, mano. Ese rucheo estuvo malísimo. Por Dios. Oye, a mí me va a dar un ataque. Un ataque me va a dar a mí. Oye, ¿qué voy a hacer yo ahora? Jesús santísimo. Dímelo personal, ¿qué es lo que tú dices?
No, yo ni entiendo qué fue eso.
Loco, cuando tú veas que 2 o 3 en el piso, no hay que pensarlo 2 veces.
¿Quién me mató a mí? Justo cuando comenzamos a brincar, el otro team subió al edificio de nosotros. Yo brincando la ventana me tumbaron para entrar al edificio.
Eso fue un cosa de raro. Y que todito tumbado de un punto a otro cuando yo veo.
Lo que pasa fue que nosotros luchamos, comenzamos a tumbar gente. Ellos quisieron aprovechar que estábamos tumbando para robarse los kilos, lo que fuera. Y nos lucharon a nosotros también.
Eso fue una mierda. Ya eso no costó la crew ahí, loco.
Todavía
Faltan 3 partidas nada más. Y tenemos que ganar oye, casi todo para entrar. Ya tenemos que meter para el 400 para allá abajo. ¿Qué es lo que tú dices, Aventuras? Loco, pero este pana, manín. Reini, deja de estar invitándome por ahora, loco. A esta hora hay crew. Yo ni nada voy a decir. Sí, te escuchamos, loco.
Ya, murieron todos al mismo tiempo, ni cuenta se dieron, ya.
Nosotros, mira, primeramente yo y Capo no teníamos vida. Nosotros fuimos porque ya habían tres en el piso, no podíamos darle el chance a esos tigres que revivan. Pero subimos y nos pusimos toditos en el mismo lugar, muchachos. Esos tigres nos soltaron eso.
Un base le mató a uno.
Yo lo que no entiendo, ellos tenían tres en el piso, tres, porque que tumbó Wolverine en la escalera, yo le disparé.
Hola, calabaza.
Pude saltar. ¿Cómo diablos ellos reviven tan rápido?
Yo no sé, manín. Esos tigres tenían un solo tipo vivo, loco.
Yo fui que fue el otro chico que me gritó también al mismo tiempo.
Te digo la verdad, loco. Esa vaina se vio tan rara que se vio como si fuera que yo tuviera su equipo.
Yo
Es
me
tan
quedé
raro que se
mirándola,
vio eso.
yo me quedé mirándola a ellos por ahí.
Yo voy a ver para atrás el directo, yo voy a ver de verdad qué fue lo que pasó, porque eso, loco, yo no entiendo, manín. Ese equipo era de nosotros, es fácil.
¿Tú sabes por qué está muy raro? Porque aparte de que ellos tenían tres en el piso, y el otro team lo rusheó a ellos.
Y no, y ustedes murieron demasiado rápido, al mismo tiempo.
Es que, ejemplo, ellos tres cuando entraron por la escalera lo tumbaron y a mí me tumbaron entrando al edificio. O sea, porque había otro team.
¿Cómo?
Coño, pero es verdad que está UCI, loco, si un cargador no. Oye, y Chado, ¿por qué no vio eso, loco? Qué mierda.
340 el edificio tumbado.
Enemies ahead!
Híjole.
Capo, en ese edificio hay uno, capo, sube. Limpiado.
No lo hay gente, tío.
Enemies ahead!
¿Y tú sabes lo que es eso? Que tenemos que esperar 47 minutos para nosotros poder jugar, loco.
No, pero ni me acuerdo de esa vaina, loco. Estoy querido. Loco, eso está demasiado raro. ¿Digo por qué?
Pero es
Además,
que
porque-
no podemos hacer nada, loco, ya.
Sí, pero óyeme esto. La gente me supone que caía en contenedores, ¿verdad? Ellos casi ni lootearon, loco, entonces. Ellos agarran de una vez y de una vez dijimos, ay, mira, otro team por aquí. Loco, ni lootearon esa gente, entonces, ¿cómo tú me vas a decir que no se
A mí
ve
lo que
raro?
me pareció raro, que nosotros morimos y ellos nos rushan el otro team.
Eso, los tigres de Georgia, porque yo les dije a ustedes que venían pan de nosotros. Esos tigres tenían que ser compañeros de ellos, loco.
Eso es lo que te estoy diciendo.
Porque para ellos nada más tiraron a nosotros. Ellos no tumbaron a nadie del otro equipo. Estaban por ahí mismo.
No es que cogieron de una vez, loco, para allá.
Tuve que quedar expectándome. Pero yo no creo que tú puedas expectar esa vaina.
Sí, tú puedes especial de tu morito. Yo me quedé en sí. Yo que no lo rushearon. Ahí se quedaron en el edificio, no lo rushearon.
Estaba haciendo equipo, ¿dónde equipo?
Puede ser que digan vamos a entrar al mismo tiempo. Ay, pero yo no sé, loco.
Loco, se ve demasiado tarde.
De que déjame llamarlo para que lo vea. Ahí va Tiffany ahí de Chivata. Dice, se lo ve.
Buscando, especular. No, loco, qué porquería, man. Loco, cuando yo subí que noqueé y rematé uno sin vida, yo subo a recargar a la azotea y cuando bajo otra vez tanto muertos.
Loco, yo iba subiendo atrás de ti. Y yo vi al tigre, tú le estabas tirando en la escalera. Que tú lo tumbaste. Y entonces yo me meto por el mismito medio del cuarto donde están tirando. Y con 2 tiros ya yo estaba dado.
El tipo te apareció como en la cara y tú moriste de una vez. Yo no sé cómo. Tú tenías poca vida. Tenías poca vida.
Sí,
Pero-
pero él se murió demasiado rápido, loco. Eso es lo que yo no tengo, no encuentro sentido.
Porque ok, si me dan un tiro y me bajan ya casi a 0. Pero
Pero directamente él llegó a la puerta, él cayó al piso.
es que ellos estaban tirando, loco. Ellos estaban tirando ya a los muchachos en la escalera. Y yo me metí en el medio. Y ya cuando ellos están tirando así, loco, y tú te metes en el medio. Eso es para llevarte a ti también.
Desde un principio, loco.
Loco,
A la partida que nosotros no funcionaba.
nosotros...
Oye, la partida que nosotros no funcionaba, ¿tú sabes cómo es? Nos tiramos a un lado que no son así. Y después vamos acabando poco a poco con toda la gente.
Loco,
Estamos con fila de que.
yo no sé ustedes, pero
No sé,
yo
tiramos
voy
para
a caer caliente.
Mira ahí, voy caliente.
Bueno, pues no vamos a tirar caliente ahora.
Si no le tiran en un sitio así, no van a poder lutear bien.
Vamos para Paradise.
No, yo no me voy a tirar de que lejos, no. Un tú no ves que si nosotros ahora mismo no ganamos una partida, ahora mismo estamos jodidos. Y con buenos kills. Tenemos que matar y ganar.
No fue que nos tiramos mal. Para mí que ellos te hicieron equipo. Para mí. Porque fue demasiado raro esa mierda.
Loco,
Sí,
que
lo
esa
que
gente
tiene
no,
que
ni lo lootearon los contenedores. Ellos cogían para allá de una.
No, olvídate de que no lootearan o no, loco. El punto es la forma de rusheo que ellos hicieron. Pues.
Es verdad, sí, porque desde que tumbaron uno, desde que me tumban a mí, que Vlad dijo, me están rusheando el edificio, ¿tú entiendes? Se ve raro, loco. El otro equipo.
Sí, porque cuando tumbamos uno del otro equipo del que llegó, que yo no quiero uno, Snipe lo remató, yo no quiero otro.
Yo no rematé a nadie, loco. Yo tumbé a 3 gente y yo dije ruchen de una
Porque
vez.
pero tú remataste a uno que yo tumbé.
Oh, del otro, sí, del otro equipo.
Entonces, exactamente cuando yo tumbé el segundo de
Alfredo, sí, loco.
El otro team nos rusheó de una vez. Ah, estaba capo. ¿Por qué?
En la crew hay hacker, dice Nancy. No, pero eso no fue hacker lo que nos mató a nosotros.
No, eso no fue por hacker.
Aquí hay gente.
Sí, porque aquí fue una masacre. Pues.
No hay gente ahora mismo por la izquierda, usted no, ya no tiro. Ven para allá. Ey, hay gente aquí con espinal. Ya se
Era
ahora
el mismo equipo que estaba matando.
¿Cómo está la vaina esta? Que te fue a ti mal también, loco. No todo se gana. No, yo sé, loco, que no todo se gana.
Pero así no debíamos perder. Sí. loco.
Eso no me gusta.
Acabando con los bolos.
¿No le viste la bandera?
Ah, pero si la maleta neblina.
Ay, por Dios.
Uno con 2 kills, como 110 puntos me mató.
Nosotros lo que cogimos ahí fue experiencia, loco. Tú tienes uno otra de ti, capo.
Lo que yo digo sin pelear ni nada. Es para qué tirarse en un sitio caliente.
Eso no es un sitio.
En
Eso no es un sitio
no,
caliente,
no
loco.
por eso. Va a seguir, ¿cómo va a ser? Papá, ¿tú sabes la gente que se tiran ahí?
Compadre, eso no es un sitio caliente. Los sitios calientes son Georgia Pool, Pochinki, escuela y los contenedores, dase. Nosotros no caímos atrás. Mala suerte que vinieran más equipos con nosotros y ya.
Loco, tú estás hablando como si fuera la temporada 2 o 3.
Ah, pero es que tú eres loco.
Caliente ya, loco.
Pues, ¿y dónde? Entonces, ¿dónde tú estabas cuando yo hablé pan de que me den opiniones, pan de tirano?
Yo no, loco, yo estoy hablando con papi.
Ah, no, pues entonces no le eche la culpa a nadie ni está hablando, porque yo dije den las opiniones. Lo puse a usted a elegir. Uno solo habló. Voy a invitar que no lo escucho. Que me da lo mismo si ese está en el crew o no, loco.
No. Ya, cuando todo el mundo.
A matar tiempo en esta.
Tenemos que matar pila de tiempo, papá.
Una partida y media. Ey, ey. Y yo tengo una suerte, loco. Yo no puedo caer como con vainas buenas. Pues si yo iba a tener que hacer un chaleco al 2, loco. Pero yo tenía un chaleco al 1 todo dado. Su tigre no me hizo ponerme un tiro.
Y yo, me están tomando
Dispara
tiro
aquí abajo,
rapidísimo.
Enemies ahead.
Dispara.
Por eso
Yo tengo gente acá.
Oye,
La creta, pero mira este time, nosotros estamos todos separados, estamos jugando solos.
Chacho, para quitarnos la tigre ahí.
Ya lo mataste tú ya.
No.
Terminó.
Uno por uno va.
Márcalo, loco, que estoy llegando ya.
Enemies ahead.
Tú sabes todo el tiempo que a mí me toma para yo marcar esa vaina, loco.
Mata a Godzilla. Ya acabó, vamos.
Lo mataron a Toya. El diablo. Ya me va a rematar.
¡Diablo!
Ay.
Pero esta gente pues no dice lisa, loco.
Ahí mismo lo maté yo.
¿Qué pasó, Nazi?
Gregory, pues esta gente no tiene piedad y los tiene.
Está muerto, ¿qué hacemos?
Y lo pesan ni nada.
Oye, decepcionamos a Sura que estaba apoyándonos.
Papá,
Ahí vi que,
a mí
ahí
me
vi
lo va a
que,
decir, loco.
ahí vi que mandó una foto.
Sí, me siento mamá, muchacha reza para que le vaya bien. Nosotros, esa vaina.
Nos desrompí en la nalga, pero partida.
Una brutalidad. Eso fue un acto bruto, loco.
No, los copos nos luchan los dos al mismo tiempo, ¿qué son?
Yo digo, es simple.
Oye.
Que ustedes no entienden esto.
Voy a tener a los muchachos del directo viendo dos cosas.
Loco. No de lo que era, que tirar ese vaina. ¿Qué es lo que más vale la partida ganar?
Papá, el problema no fue donde nos tiramos. No sea cobarde.
Realista.
No es realista, papá, porque si usted confía en usted, usted sabe que usted puede matar a quien se le dé la gana.
De ahí. No tiene la gana.
Este tigre, loco, tiene la autoestima por el piso.
No, loco, que está bien. Aunque todavía no sé.
Mire, el que me mató ahora mismo fue Godzilla, el que yo tumbé.
¿Dónde la? No, loco.
Enemies ahead!
Yo no puedo ir ni un carajo en este juego, pero...
Ya, están con la de siempre, ayer.
Hay uno en el hangar aquí. Chao, este está haciendo la de bot.
Ah, pues no, nuevo, loco, nuevo.
¿Quién tiró la granada? Chao, quería poner otra.
Enemies ahead!
Mientras juego, pones la iPad en una base. Ah, sí, yo tengo como un cover a la tablet.
Otro capo.
Ya, loco, ya. No, y dice Gregory que si tú la apoyas en una mesa, algo así.
Oh, sí, yo tengo una mesa que estoy jugando.
Buenísima, capo, buenísima. Diablo, de que no me dieron un solo kill.
¿No te dieron ni uno, loco?
Ábrete, Sésamo.
Lo maté de los dos.
A lo buena, pero ábrete.
Buenísimo.
¿Dónde el diablo? Ya no me engaño ese cofre ahí.
Queda uno solo, Debe estar como la culebra.
Bueno, señor, tú sabes por qué es lo que...
Pero ven acá, ¿y por qué no se mueve tan raro, loco?
¿Quién
El juego este de Fortnite que se juega como rarísimo. Se mueve.
¿Tú estás jugando Fortnite?
Claro, papá.
Después que lo mataron ahí, muchacho, y está jugando Fortnite ahora.
Yo no sé, pero le di un tintún ahora mismo.
¿Y dejó el directo con nosotros?
Claro, no, yo lo tengo en la pantallita pequeña.
Qué mal.
Yo dije que tú dejaste el directo viéndonos nosotros.
Ajá, lo están viendo ustedes, pero yo estoy...
Ah, muchacho.
Ramón, ¿dónde anda?
Para la zona de nuevo.
Cuando él está metido en este hoyo.
Compadre, pero ¿y allá arriba que está este tigre?
¿Y dónde este tipo es su mamá?
Yo estoy disparando, macho.
No dispare para nosotros practicar los pasos.
Vamos a ver.
¿Tú sabes que no se va a estar parado?
Él tenía el hoyo.
No, lo tengo en una mesa, loco.
I got supplies. Enemies ahead.
¿Y dónde es que te está jodido, loco? Estoy buscando a este tigre para matarlo. Pues yo no oigo nada. Está como afuera.
No, tengo una mano.
¿Queda tiempo para una más?
Baby. Hello. What you bought?
Ey, varón. Compay, vamos a tirar. Eso, agárrate de ahí. Es el 12.9, loco. Vamos a pelear, ven. Párate ahí, cobarde. Me di en lo mío. Vamos al flow.
Oye, Blas se quedó en el avión.
Dile que se tire.
No.
La,
Yo le quité, pero no sé. Se quedó en el avión, compadre. Va a llegar al final.
Tú sabes, para él está rankeando un menos 85.
Tenemos un escuadra.
Hazme el favor. A un tiro lo dejé. ¿Dónde va, varón?
Espérate, Pina, no vayas a ver.
No, loco, ese es el X, ¿cómo es? El XS,
XS Max.
eso. Loco, gracias, loco. Yo creo que yo no le iba a poder decir, ¿no?
¿Cómo diablo? No te
Oh, pues yo soy loco. Yo quiero una iPad, dice Stone Stanley. Loco, trabaja duro, manín.
Para que la compre.
Para que la compre, porque.
Stanley de
¿Por qué?
nosotros.
¿Tú te la vas a rifar?
A rifar, está loco. Espérate, que llegó la reina de la casa. Vengo ahora.
Comenzar ya.
Ey.
Señores, pague el segundo, nuevecito. Oye, la rubia como suena. Confiado, de verdad es. Ven. Ay, ven conmigo, Pinar.
No, 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 yo estoy lejos de ti.
Ah, estoy para atrás. Voy. ¿Dónde tienen gente? Capo, ¿tiene gente? Voy.
Estoy corriendo.
Ya eso era.
No, pues también.
Puedes apuntar dónde están, güey. ¿Podéis decir dónde están?
No sé,
Llega el capo, llega el capo.
nosotros ya no somos tan locos.
No creo que estén acá. O sea, ¿por qué? Que yo tuviera 20.000, dispárame. Corazón.
Estoy contento cuando llega esa rubia, coño, ¿no?
Ahí,
O
sí,
sea,
cambié de tú.
Bajo, ¿tú no viste? Veita como que ganamos con 20 aquí.
Y perdieron.
Ya tú sabes.
Black, ¿cómo tú te la vas a hacer, loco? ¿Qué es lo que tú dices? No ha llegado él,
Sí, llegó.
pero no está hablando. Si ven una SKS
¿A qué?
o una QBU me avisan.
Y una M4.
No, ya tengo una. ¿Cuánto cuesta aprox la de 11 pulgadas en dólares? La de 11 pulgadas viene costando, loco, casi... A mí, tú te la puedes encontrar un día por ahí, loco. Te la puedes encontrar un día, pero creo que nueva de paquete te vienen costando casi 400 pesos. O 500 pesos. No, 500, 600.
Oye, 500 pesos, ¿cuánto pasa?
Gente,
Dímelo, Assassin, ¿cómo tú estás? Son de verdad.
Están cruzando por la izquierda.
vente adelante.
Ah, aquí hay uno conmigo. Había. El capito. ¿Qué es lo que tú dices, Assassin?
Está aquí, loco.
Ya, yo tengo una, bro. QBU que diga.
Ah, es QBU.
Sí.
QBU.
QBU.
No, pues si era QBC.
Capo le tira el de por si acaso, ¿verdad, Capo? Ey, estos tigres no eran bobos, estos aquí, ¿no? Hay unas cosas extrañas ahí. Ya.
Pati, ¿tú juegas por rotación, Pati? La 2.
Sí, entera. Oye,
Hello.
los primeros, eso es más difícil que el diablo.
Where you
Cuando
doing?
estás
I'm
acostumbrado,
ready to be
te
back.
sientes como una rapidez.
Where are you now?
Yo lo tengo así, yo...
Oye, cine. Oh, damn.
No, pues, está buenísimo, loco.
Es incómodo, loco.
Oiga.
Gente por paraíso, por aquí arriba. Escucho disparo.
La pared.
Cuando tú no lo tienes, Pati, tú... El instinto te hace mover el teléfono como que...
Sí, no.
Yo dije, pues yo lo voy a poner así, mejor todo, porque...
Eso no es
Ya.
verdad.
Form up on me.
Y los otros, porque yo mismo tiro. Ahí aquí abajo están peleando.
Pero ahora te ves, Nike.
Sí, están. Uno al piso. Bueno, ya yo creo que será el último.
Sí, el último. Se pone todo como se murió.
Vámonos para zona. Son salas. Oye, aquí que me desacaté y perdí la iPad Pro 2018. ¿Cómo así, loco? Que la perdiste. ¿Cómo tú la perdiste? ¿En serio? Bueno.
¡Ey, hay gente aquí!
No, eso vemos.
Diablo. Vaya,
Sí, son varias, sí.
Enemies ahead.
¿Por dónde están la gente de verdad, loco? Sube ahí mismo.
Por ahí, estoy tirando por esta zona. Está tratando de matar el boss.
Hay varios. Yo revivo.
Revive antes de que...
Loco, ¿cuánto faltaba para la otra partida de la crew? A huir, compañero. Bueno, pues comienzan a contar porque ya tenemos en esta como cuánto, 10. Oye, no puedo esperar, loco, hasta que me llegue el adaptador ese, que voy a comenzar a jugar en el teléfono. La mayoría de los directos van a ser el teléfono. Voy a dejar la tablet de descanso un rato.
Y la iPad, ¿qué vas a hacer con la iPad?
La voy a dejar ahí, que coge un chin de polvo. Quizá la haga así como para directo, cuando yo tenga como 2 directos al día y eso. Tú sabes, uso uno para uno y después el otro para otro.
¿En qué teléfono vas a jugar?
En el...
Claro.
Dilo tu capo, habla por mí. ¿En cuál es?
Ese es el último, loco, el aquí ese más.
Oh, no, man.
Disparo para acá.
Es bueno,
No,
es lo único que se calienta
Loco.
mucho.
Enemies ahead.
Sí, eso sí, loco. Se calienta, me pone la mano sudada una vez.
Calienta mucho, parece un...
Un hitter.
vaina.
Cogieron un buggy acá.
Tiro, frente a ustedes.
Hace rato, ¿no?
Cojamos la derecha antes que nos vean por la neblina, capo.
Lo mandan a apagar el micro, pues, a hablar.
Yo no sé.
Ah, ok.
Que no, estaba hablando por teléfono, perdón.
Oigo disparo adelante, se va el más. Préndanse. Aquí arriba andan.
Vamos, capito, ven.
¿Y a quién le están tirando ellos? Capo, se lo envió todito, loco.
Obvio, yo creo que me tiran de atrás, loco.
Atrás había gente.
Sí, había gente por atrás. Busca.
Vamos a pararnos por esta montañita, hay que esperarlo entonces. Que la compré. Pedí. Oh, que pediste. Término dominicano. Oh. ¿Cuál te compraste, loco? Yo a nadie le recomiendo jugar en esta vaina tan grande, loco. Yo no. Oye, yo no he visto todavía a nadie con una tablet de esta, loco. Todos tienen como la de 9 punto algo. Arriba.
¿Cuál lo tienes ahí?
La 12.9, la más grande. Se murió.
Déjame llamar, no se desconectó de mí.
Todo eso tú sabes, por cámara llamar.
Ey,
No fue por cámara.
que no.
El mío también te llama por cámara.
Wey, pendiente al tiempo, papá.
Ya, la cosa. En
Quedan 4 minutos.
4 minutos.
El Luis Ayala.
Yo caí en casa del día, yo no me mataba, yo no pensaba nada.
Y tú estás rankeando en primera, me imagino, ¿verdad?
Sobre la suerte. Ahora pusieron el juego. No ahora, sino hace tiempito. Que aunque tú te desconectes, no te tira de al agua. No, mira.
Sí, te tienen el agua.
¿Fue al agua?
Sí.
Aquí hay una caja.
Porque cuando yo estaba cayendo en el agua, el paracaídas se abrió, yo ahí mismo entré. Entonces yo caí en la puntita de una roca, en el borde allá. Y había dos gente de una vez ahí.
Puertas abiertas, loco. Lo que me está preocupando es la crew, loco, si ya comenzó. Porque jugamos 2 partidas completas.
No, pero después te dan 10 minutos más, loco, para que...
O aquí tengo uno.
Ahí quedaba el
normal, que coño, me tienen alto
Enemies
ustedes.
ahead.
Diablo, bla,
Ya,
abusador.
un tirito le dio blanco. Un tirito.
Un
Un
tirito,
solo le
un
dio.
tirito.
Papá, tú no le dio tiro, tú lo viste el último.
Cállese.
Tambón, viejo. No, ni Gregory campeando la prueba aquí.
Huh? Hungry?
Ah, babe.
What you hungry for?
Ahí está.
What type of food?
Estamos quedando en mi round.
El tigre este se me quedó parado, yo lo tenía que... Yo lo tenía que correr a solo, loco. Y se quedó parado, está vago el vaina mío, loco.
¿Ustedes no encuentran qué hacer?
El capo no encuentra qué hacer, buscando los dos tigres que faltan. Allá arribita tiene que estar.
O están allá arriba en la montaña, vayan por la montaña por ahí. O están aquí abajo en la casa.
Hay una bomba, tiene cuidado. Ya,
Dale otra vez.
salí como tres feos.
Gato con
Están
una
cagados.
Loco de campero, loco.
¿Y qué fue? Gregory?
Loco, yo me asusté. No, que yo me asusté, yo iba corriendo derechito para donde él, loco, que gracias a Dios que estoy mirando para abajo. Y estaba ese tigre loco ahí sentado. Fíjate que yo lo tenía corriendo automático, loco. Y usando el otro dedo para mirar. Y gracias a Dios que yo mire para ahí. Pero ese tigre no se ve, miren para abajo.
El loco vio a Gregory.
No, él ni me vio.
Me va a matar.
Yo le comencé a tirar, loco. Y yo fallé para el disparo. Y el tigre todavía estaba buscando donde yo estaba. Ay, Dios mío. El tigre tiene que estar por aquí atrás de una roca de esto.
Por Dios, ¿dónde está metido, muchacho?
Ya.
Gracias, cielo.
Campero. Dile al negro que lo amo, dice Gracias. Negrito. ¿Podrías enseñar tu cara? Dice Supremo. No, loco, fíjate que tú eres como el tercero o quinto que me pregunta eso. Y sigo diciendo que no. Ahora mismo no, manito. Mira, justo a tiempo, loco, 8 minutos, salgan de aquí. Ay, Dios mío. Hay que tirarle a Wormy a ver si quiere entrar. Porque el pana está que ni habla, que es lo mismo, está. O no está con el muchacho. Loco, Wormy dice que se siente mal, que no va a poder entrar. Wemby. Solo nos falta uno.
Entonces, ahora, si quiero ir a Cadillo, ¿qué?
Yo le escribí ya a uno de los dos que entran. Rápido. Así que vamos a orar porque lo que nos faltan son ¿cuántos minutos? 7. Como yo vi ese último tigre, loco, brincando una roca, yo estaba. Y lo veía ya acotado. Ya lo está en primera, están campeando estos serpientes, loco. Ninguno de los dos que tira para atrás. Sigan forceando ahí, sigan tirando. Gracias por un like, mi gente. La gente que se acuerda de dejar su like. Oye, no había pedido yo un like.
Oye, pero tírenle privado, señor. Yo para que tenga un paquetico, y me lo llamara. Pero no sé.
Pero déjame tratar de llamar Chado a ver cómo está.
Oye,
Dime.
nos falta uno porque no puede jugar.
Ok, Chado viene. Qué maldita cura. ¿Qué tú crees que estaba haciendo?
Con su mujer ahí. ¿Tú no viste cómo sonaba?
Que estaba roncando y ese tipo, loco.
De verdad. No, porque es raro que esté durmiendo porque ahorita ve loco, pero
Sí, verdad.
Eso se ve, ahí sí.
Eso es verdad, él
Ya,
siempre está
la
despierto.
abuela quemado, cansó.
no, cállate, que cuando tú te da esto, abrir luego su perro.
Vengo ahora.
Y que le golpeó y que cayó loco. Y una vez.
Cuenta hasta 10 y decir por qué. 1, 2, 3, fallaste.
No, ustedes están pasando. Oye, mira, estamos en 112. Nosotros estamos en 112, no estamos tan mal que digamos.
Ya, sí,
O sea, que todavía hay equipos que no han jugado nada.
Mira.
Van a jugar esta partida.
Wemby va a entrar ahora. Y despertamos echado.
Pues tú llamas a Chado.
Wemby, si tú no puedes escuchar, loco, espérate, mira. Si tú no puedes escuchar, Chado viene si tú no puedes jugar, loco, oíste. Si tú no quieres jugar, ok, por eso.
Es que me dicen, pero sí podía.
No, es que loco, es que no lo podemos escuchar a él, ¿me entiendes? Es mejor tener a Chado ahí que aunque sea no puede decir algo. Que tenía a Wemby que no nos está diciendo nada.
Chado no mata el diablo, ¿no? Vaya para allá, no,
Sí, así, viste. Porque Chado es la verdadera saga. Y yo espero que no esté escuchando.
Echado una gente que.
Oye, ¿cómo se llama este juego, loco? Se llama Player Snake Battleground Mobile. Dice de pro. Buen nombre, bro. Bueno, sigan a Chadito. Sigan a Chadito la grasa, síganlo. Vengo ahora.
reconchado porque nos salen saga cuando entre líder.
No, lo que pasa no es que salen sagas, sino que paramos mucho para entrar, lo que entramos faltando 6 minutos.
El líder. Me gusta más así, jugué conchado.
Es que
Él no
Chavo, el
resuelve
líder,
mucho,
loco.
pero él sabe hablar. Él sabe decir
El
que sí.
líder no resuelve por su teléfono. Si el líder tuviera un teléfono bueno, hay que lamberse.
Que no, agarró un 7 Plus y lo matan de primero. Sí, ve.
Ay, pero eso no es nada, Chavo, cualquiera lo puede matar de primero. ¿Y qué es?
Ahí vamos al flow.
Ahí viene el abanico.
Loco, pero déjenlo quieto, déjenlo vivir.
Mira esta estrategia, Gregory. Mira qué diferente. Que hay un team aquí, lo matamos, si no, lo looteamos y salimos a buscar gente.
¿Qué de diferencia tiene con lo que nosotros hicimos? Que nos mataron, ¿dase?
Oye, son los teams, ajá, pero mira, hicieron equipo, esa zona está carece de esa vaina, ¿no?
Y nosotros sabíamos que íbamos a hacer eso, o que iba a pasar, loco. Eso es como decir que nosotros no sabemos lo que va a pasar aquí tampoco, maní. Ahí viene cayendo un team acá en los de estos. En los contenedores. ¿Qué contenedores? Oh, no cayeron por acá. No cayeron acá, Black. Habla. Black.
Escucha.
Ay, que yo estoy hablando solo. Loco, ¿dónde fue que cayeron esos tipos? Mira, ellos cayeron ahí mismo, Bueno.
Aquí está otro en el almacén.
Yo sé. Espérate, Chado. Voy para la casa naranja. No ruché, oíste. Por lo que más tú quieras, no ruché.
Ya me quedé sin bala, está por aquí atrás.
Se fueron. Con un carro.
No, compadre, todavía están ahí.
Aquí detrás en el almacén.
Está adentro. ¿Quién entra conmigo?
Estoy cagando.
Espérate.
Nice. Esos son los tiempos también. Entren al mismo tiempo. ¿Dónde está, Chado? Entra, ven.
¡Loco, diablo!
¿Qué pasó contigo, Chado, loco?
Llamándome el maldito teléfono, Dios mío, coñazo.
Loco, todo el mundo hace al mismo tiempo, loco, que tenemos que entrar.
Yo estaba pinchado, pinchado y que tenía uno del lado.
Loco, no entiendo qué fue lo que hicieron,
Loco, si seguimos jugando así la cruz, papá, estamos pipolados.
Siempre una mierda.
¿Tú no querías ser líder? Toma líder. Loco, y la suerte mía es que yo no puedo agarrar algo que como que tumbe de una vez, porque ese tigre yo le di pila de tiro cuando tú estabas peleando con él al principio, loco, y nada de nada. Porque qué coñazo es. La tal diosa, esa era la tal Laye, qué sé yo. Que levantaron. Yo no levantaron ninguno de los que ustedes tumbaron. Ellos cayeron 3 ahí nada más.
A la vieja la pararon, la vieja.
No, ¿y por qué yo vi la caja ahí? Chado la paró de un Claro, loco.
Claro.
Ándale, ya. Pero tenemos uno menos ahora, loco. El capo se fue. Dímelo, Chris, Gora. ¿Cómo tú estás, loco? Oye, para lo que están viendo, torneito viene por ahí, un pase de batalla. Pero va a ser Nimo TV, no va a ser aquí. Así que los que no me tienen en Nimo TV, resuelvan. Bájenselo ahora. Ellos entendieron, ellos entendieron. Aquí hay un chaleco el 3.
I got supplies.
Loco, hasta la tabla se me está calentando a mí. Ya no me interesa, no me temas. Di que no, adiosa. Espérate que todavía faltan cositas aquí que los tíos, papá. Ahora, ¿quién? Gigi. Tú supiste que... sí, loco, sí. Nosotros hemos entrado todito al mismo tiempo, lo cual capo no lo rematan, loco, pero esa división... Ese mismo era el que teníamos nosotros. Y vamos a buscar carro ahora entonces. Oh, mira un jeep allá abajo.
Tienes razón.
Ay, Dios mío. Estamos buscando carro. Chao.
Yo tengo carro, loco.
Yo iba a decir, sigue esa carretera ahí, Chado, porque hay otro jeep, loco. Porque tú sabes que esos carros, un cositas ya brincan y se doblan. Dispara a la izquierda, a la derecha.
Ustedes no tienen mira ni nada, ¿verdad?
No. Yo tengo una M24. ¿Nos paramos aquí? Al que quedaba, me imagino.
Hay gente
Ok.
que había. Está parando. No, para no, a la altura aquí de prisión.
Diablo, lo tumbaron, Chao, ¿tú te vas a parar?
Hay mucho arriba.
Y yo no tengo una buena mira, loco. Ya yo lo veo.
Dispárale para que
Párale para que se descuiden, loco.
Loco, que no tengo una buena mira, que tú no entiendes. Pero papá, pero es que tú eres loco. Ya cállate, loco, cállate.
Vente, está, vamos a retroceder mejor. Esto no tiene nada.
Oh, too bad. Hey, I downloaded on my phone so it's really fast. I'm just downloading the maps though because I don't have to download. I just downloaded it on my phone today.
¿Tú quieres seguir apuntándolo?
Dios mío, ¿cuánto me envían esta maldita mierda? Lo veo, loco. Espérate a ver si se frena. En el carro están.
Yo sé. Yo creo que no vieron.
What did I just do? Hello? Hello?
Diablo. Coño, que sea tú tienes una maldita BCS, loco. Espérate. Buenísimo. Metieron el carro para el humo.
Vamos a ver si podemos.
No, se fueron. Agarraron el carro y fueron. O buscaron mejor posición. Una de las dos.
Estamos mal, espérate, ¿sabes? Shit.
No me lo dio esta casa, loco, que atrás si hay unos miren uno. Brian Hernández, dime a ver, loco. Nefi, ¿qué es lo que tú dices? Por favor, comparte, loco. Y gracias. Coño, odio de lo que me están sudando. Dejo una M24 aquí, loco, si la quieren.
Ah, espérate.
¿El qué?
Me saca eso.
Ya yo tengo uno. Y aunque sea con eso desde lejos mejor. Diablo, tú puedes oír la pantalla mía, loco. De lo sudada que está. Dale.
Ya lo puerta abierta aquí.
Sí, veo. Ey, aunque sea de una por 4. No.
Malísimo aquí. A ver si te consigue la pegada para la B6.
Pues yo necesito uno también. Mira que hay un drop aquí bien cerca, loco, ¿oíste?
Dame dirección, vamos a buscarlo de una vez.
Enemies ahead.
Se fue que cayó ahí, ya sabes, cuando veníamos bajando.
¿Dónde es?
A la izquierda. Míralo ahí el humo.
No lo veo, loco.
A la derecha, loco.
Espérate.
Se me bugueó, Eso es obligado que hay gente ahí. Sí, sí. GG, bro.
A ver si puedo retroceder.
De la derecha, de la
No te
derecha.
preocupes por mí. Sí, lo vi. Preocúpate por ti, loco, sobre
Pero papá, eso es lo que estoy haciendo, dale tranquilo. A ver si puedo coger ese carro ahí antes de que me exploten.
Vete con todo.
No, me dejaste el carro sin gas. Mira, aquí está tu cargador ampliado, loco.
Y ahora.
Y qué son ni más bacano me tocó a mí, loco. Me saqué esta cosa, sé que esta pantalla. Espera un chisme para mover. Bueno, que no hay nada más si hay uno aquí. Ahí ya.
Quédate ahí campeando la gasolinera, amor. Usted lo que va a... Mira, hay un...
¿Cómo pasa punto que te pusiste?
De por ahí por el bolígono. Vamos a ver la zona.
Hay un
Hay
carro.
carro enfrente, hay gente enfrente de ti. Ya, pero hay gente por todos lados. El Fuji. Loco, no pique.
Yo creo que van a saber ya. Con ese carro ahí tú supiste que van a saber.
Es que así lo están tumbando a ellos. Lo que tumben a alguien al lado. Mira ahí. Con eso lo están matando. Y eso mismo está el Reini. Carro detrás de ti. No le tires.
Mira que suena mamá luego la loco.
Tiene humo.
Quedan 2.
No tiene.
Me quedan 2.
Tírale uno al carro y te va a mover, pero todavía no. Ahora que falta un chin más de ti. Falta como 30 segundos. Tira el humo. Se va por el borde de la zona, por aquí, mira. No. Hay que voltear por eso.
¿No lo hago ahora?
Llega por aquí. No, todavía no. Tira eso ya. Está busteador.
Estoy afuera todavía. Ok.
Pendiente a la casa, luego que no te vayan a dar de la casa. Oye.
No, de la casa no me ven. De aquí es que me pueden ver si se suben a esa montaña.
¿Qué así tiene en la casa, loco? A ver si te puedes mover o no. Creo que no hay nada. Todo va a ser por ahí mismo, por la montaña.
A pie con el carro.
No sé, pero el carro va a ser que sepa dónde tú estás, pero el carro por altura. Llévate el carro, llévate tu carro.
Voy a poner un chin más.
Bebe de nuevo, loco. Aprovecha que ellos están descuidados. No te vayas directo, trata de ver si tiene la cobertura de la montaña ahí. Sí, ahí mismo, loco. Acuéstate.
Que se suban a ese carro, estoy esperando.
Vamos a ver.
Diablo, yo creo que la zona ya venía por acá, loco.
No piques mucho porque te van a tumbar.
¿Tú crees que ellos me vieron, loco?
Son los mismos. Sí, sí, ya te vieron, ya te tiraron, loco.
Fui yo que tiré un tiro.
No, pero ellos te tiraron y le dieron al carro también. Pero traigo yo.
Ahora me voy a tener que mover con la zona, loco. Me van a dar una pelota, loco.
Te voy a ir al final con la zona en el culo, ¿viste?
Diablo, mira, se fueron, loco.
¿Se fueron?
Sí.
Tírale si tú puedes tumbarlo a ver.
Están bugueados, bien bugueados que andan. La zona, 10 segundos. No tengo mucho gas. Voy por la
Vete
izquierda.
con el carro, vete con el carro. Sí, por la izquierda, loco. Más por la izquierda, más por la izquierda.
¡Corre!
Pero la zona, quítate el alma.
No, me morí.
Tumba eso.
No.
Ya, GG.
Diablo, pero qué campeo, varón.
El fullín.
Esta crew no fue bien, no. Malísimo. Ay, Dios mío, qué vergüenza. Fuimos parachados para nada. Nazi, no comience, loco. No comience, Nazi. Dime, loco.
Ay, pero ¿qué es lo que es, mi loco?
¿Qué es lo que tú dices, loco?
Para te voy armando,
¿Ah? No, yo no voy a jugar, loco. Yo voy, quizás pongo la club open ahí o algo, porque acabo de terminar la club y no estoy de ánimo para jugar este juego, loco.
¿Y qué fue?
Que no fue muy bien. Terminamos 16 en la primera partida y en la última quedamos quinto y fue campeando con 2 kills, yo creo que fue.
Sí, yo todavía en el directo cuando lo mataron en el primer en la primera partida de la container.
Sí, eso fue... No fue
Yo no sé
fatal.
cómo diablos fue que lo mataron a ustedes.
Yo no sé, loco, pero a mí me dieron tan rápido que yo ni me recuerdo. Déjame ver cómo
Uno
puedo
por uno.
ponerla. ¿Ah?
Uno por uno fue que lo mataron.
Yo creo que sí.
Sí, uno por uno.
No, pero en tercera los primeros son hackers.
No, sí, a mí me dijeron que ya han encontrado un par de hackers en tercera y en primera, pero
Sí.
yo no sé, man. Ya nosotros estamos para el culazo en esta.
Como arranquear, no hay de otra que subir a Conca.
No, loco, yo no me preocupo mucho por eso. Ya yo llegué 6 veces. No, pero yo ranqueo, pero no dije que le voy a dar todo el tiempo. Porque de verdad que no voy a poder como quiera. Estoy muy
Por el
ocupado.
trabajo,
No, que estoy muy ocupado, loco.
Todavía sigues en directo, ya no estás en directo.
Sigo en directo, sí, pero voy a ver si encuentro la Club Open ahí para ponérsela a los muchachos que andaban pidiendo.
No,
A ver,
no, entonces.
que está todo manito, cuídate.
Dale, bro.
Ahora sí. Día número 5. No sé si ha comenzado. No solo que se vayan a quedar a ver eso. No sé si ha comenzado. Sí, aquí está. No sé si ustedes pueden escuchar el audio o qué. Bueno, déjame ya sea entonces. Esto es lo que ahí yo no sé si ustedes quieren ver la Open Club, pero ahí está, muchachos. Para lo que se quiera quedar a verla. Porque yo la voy a ver, pero sí tengo que prestarle atención ahí a la jeva mía, que no la he visto hoy y tú sabes cómo es que eso va. Híjole, no puedo ni. Tengo un cansancio. No, de verdad que después que como tú comienzas la crew así, tú tienes que tener la autoestima por arriba, loco, porque ya eso, después que tú pierdes la primera, eso te baja mucho el autoestima tuyo mientras tú juegas. Y eso fue lo que nos pasó a nosotros. Nosotros no nos enfocamos bien. Vamos a ver cómo terminamos mañana, pero ahora mismo estamos muy difícil de entrar. Mañana tendríamos que ganar las 2 partidas como con 10 kills cada una para nosotros poder entrar. A ver cuándo es que van a comenzar esta partida, por Dios. Chicos, sigan comentando porque yo estoy viendo los comentarios. Pero déjame ver cómo se ve la pantalla acá. No, ahí se ve muy pequeña, déjame arreglar eso. Voy a arreglar eso aquí. Voy a quitar frame. A quitar el chat. Y vamos a abrir esto. Uy. quitarle eso también de ahí. Y ahora sí. Chicos, yo no voy a estar hablando, yo lo que voy a estar respondiendo a cualquier tipo de pregunta que ustedes me tengan ahí en los comentarios, y voy a silenciar esto aquí rápidamente.
play PUBG Mobile for free.
Welcome back, PUBG Mobile esports fans, to the PUBG Mobile Club Open for the North American region. We are in the final week of competition for the semifinals, and well, an exciting game to start off the day on Vikendi, but we're changing over to Sanak here. But before we do, let's talk about that match, Trish.
Yeah, I mean, it came down to a med battle, which I don't always like to see, and you assume it would go ahead and be a little bit more explosive, but they just missed time. They couldn't get the first aid in fast enough in order to keep up, and it was ultimately Are You Scared walking away with the victory. And our replay package kicks off. We have a nice little Latinos Unidos flank and pincer movement onto Blinded by Win.
Showing up and showing out is exactly what they did, and Are You Scared did here, as they saw Espinoza come out of the blue zone and will end to the grave. He goes, but I want to talk about this clip in particular. This was an insane spray coming out of 5 from Ignite Gold. He was able to tack down 2 of the members of HQA, trying to move across that wide open area of the road. But while this was happening, one of the other teammates on this squad was diligent, spotting out Team Anarchy, getting another spray. And that was really a story of Ignite Gold here. They were aggressive, and it kind of led into their downfall here in this building with Space Station Gaming.
And moving over to the circus tent, the clown noses were flowing around as everyone was walking up the stairs one by one. This really should have been Ignite Golds to take. They just didn't confirm the kills. They went for the reses and they let those creepy crawlies go away, and then they came back to bite them as they just stormed the building afterwards and finished them all off. You could have got some confirmed flushes and points on the board there, but you went for the safe strategy instead of going for the knocks.
And here's the med battle that we were talking about. Nova going to be at least about a half a second too late, and that's going to be too bad for them. But second place is nothing to shrug your face at, or whatever you want to do with your face at a second place finish. I don't even know at that point. But a huge first place victory for Are You Scared? That's the biggest takeaway from game number 1. Space Station Gaming as well coming in 3rd position. So our top teams at least continue to be consistently in the top placements of these games, and we'll see if that transpires in game number 2 of the evening as we pop over to Sanak. And Trid, let's sort of talk about what we can expect to see from these teams on this jungle map, the smallest map of the PUBG Mobile lineup.
Expect to see a lot of action, but you know what I want to do before we do that, Phil? I want to take a look at the standings, see how map number 1 shaped them up for this evening. So you can see a lot of the teams with 9 matches played, getting some extra points on the board. Latinos Unidos, unfortunately, in that 24th place spot right now. They're currently lagging 9 points behind Polo's Esports, who aren't going to be playing today. Their job is to leapfrog them and get further up into that top 16. Let's have a look at that right now and see who's currently safe if we were to end the semifinals right now.
All right, so some teams are climbing. You can see the tempo storm has now dropped just a little bit. They were having a tough day yesterday. They're not playing here tonight, but you can see that other teams are already starting to make up that point differential and shift around on our leaderboards as we come into the top 8 placements. The teams who have had the most success throughout the semifinals so far. No surprise to see Space Station Gaming continuing on that climb. And boy, what a gap they have certainly made for themselves.
It's all about making that cushion or widening that gap between themselves and Misfits Gaming. There's only one way they're going to be doing that, by getting points on the board. And how do you get points on the board, Phil? You play more maps of PUBG Mobile. We're jumping into map number 2. We're on to Sanok.
Yes, that we are. The plane is certainly in the air, and we're going to at least have a good idea of where these players will be dropping here very shortly as we pop onto the jungle. It's become a little bit more humid in here, a different atmosphere than we were working with in game number 1, but another fair playing path. I think that's at least the big takeaway here from your map screen. The players have not been forced to really divert off of any type of strategy that they were planning on coming into this game before they saw that. And with that, all of the players have departed the cargo hold, now left to their own devices, their own strategies here to see if they can come out victorious to continue to climb on the leaderboards.
We had some fun circles in Sanok that have implicated all 3 islands over to that western center. And for now, all 3 islands are technically implicated, but it's leaning more over to the main island over to the east, which is not as occupied as you'd like to see it. There's some early conflicts going on right now as well. Some shots being traded, I believe, by Revenants and Team Anarchy, who have landed over into that northeast area of the map. The rest of the teams are splitting around these islands, and for the most part, I'm looking at Shoot to Win as well as Cream Esports NA, who just landed on top of each other as well. So there's a couple of hot drop scenarios happening around the map.
Paradise Resort has been an area of Sanak that has traditionally been held by the Misfits, who are not here in this lobby tonight. Well, that leaves it open for other squads to move in. Revenants with the same idea as Team Anarchy. And, well, these squads are going to fight. There's no pulling out of this. Killer going to be separated off from his other teammates, 9 and Micro TT, down there to the south, as Espinoza has already at least felt some of the hurt from this enemy team inside of, you know, what should be one of the more relaxing areas of the map just by its name.
No, it's not. When Misfits are away, the Clowns will play. Revenants and Team Anarchy going to be fighting over territory here, and the angles are being held by Team Anarchy. They've spread out a lot further than the likes of Revenants, and they're just playing around cover for now. They are entirely aware they are not alone, but they don't want to be the first person to expose themselves and open themselves up to potential gunfire and basically go down first. It does sign a bit of a death sentence for your team.
Certainly does. Vigilante and Espinoza will be trying to at least wrap around the Paradise Resort, trying to snuff out any of their enemy combatants that happen to be in this area. And they're going to be disengaging. Micro TT and Killer just trying to get out of dodge, but Espinoza and his teammates are in tow. They're trying to chase them down. The barrel, 762, prepped and ready to spray down should he find the lines of sight of any of these retreating members of Team Anarchy. I mean, they're not backing off of this. This is Revenants. They are running the gun in.
There's a member of Anarchy who's still in the Paradise Resorts area. Espinoza will get sight of Micro TT, missing out on the spray there. Going to have fire returned upon him. Immediately goes into prone and repositions as Killer and Micro TT are making angles. 9 is wrapping around to join them and almost fight this 3v2 that they've led 2 members of Revenants into. Keeping their heads down for now. They don't want to show it, but they're holding defensively against the aggression of Revenants.
I mean, Revenants have choked out at least Killer and Micro TT's opportunity of picking up the plethora of loot that at least lands itself inside of the Paradise Resort. So that's at least the significant takeaway from this engagement early on as Revenants pull back into the compound to do just that, pick up the loot that they are shutting off Micro TT and the rest of Team Anarchy from getting. You see 9 off there in the distance, disengaging off to the east, just essentially conceding this area of the map over to the Revenants. But there are other teams, Trid, that landed on top of each other. It's certainly going to be congested as far as these teams try to make these transitions for better location inside of phase number 1. Blinded by Wind, one of those teams that found themselves landing up on top of Wildcard down in Boot Camp Charlie. Well, they're already making that move. They've got the tuk-tuk, the slowest vehicle besides the scooter, the Vespa over here on Sanhok. It's, you know, it's not the best option if you're trying to fly through those transitions, but it certainly is one of the most stylish.
It takes a group of brave men and women to be able to jump into a tuk-tuk and ride that into battle. So surely that has got to inspire fear in the hearts of troops that are sitting in wait, knowing that someone is opting to take that into you. You go thinking, wow, that guy's got some cojones on him right now.
I like that there are only 3 seats in it. So yeah. there is the chance for one smart member of the squad to say, I'm not getting in that death trap. And, well, we pop over here to boot camp. It's going to be 2 squads. Tempo Storm on the outsides. Are You Scared? In the insides. TJ Tattoo up on top of that lobster building. The claws certainly right there. And if you didn't know, that's why it's called Lobster. It's a red building, and you see the big old claws and some of the holes in the rooftop as well. Make it look like eyes. So if you didn't see that before, now you'll never forget it. Lobster building inside of the boot camp area on Sanhok. Tempo, though, they're going to be on the coastal lines, the cliffs that separate that mainland of Sanhok from that northwestern island. Shots already coming out, though. It's going to be shoot to win. Psycho connecting on a version 2 white Was, and version 2 white again. This is a team that needs to have huge performance, able to trade back. Lopez going to be going down and flushed out of the game entirely.
Ulysses as well going to be dropped down to his knees. Psycho going for a quick med before he does anything too risky. Bad player doing the exact same thing. There's a lot more version 2 white guns looking across this area. You've only got Psycho and I believe Rafa still up to try and get Ulysses back on his feet. He's going for the res, but now Psycho's dropped down, so you got 2 paramedics to try and save him once the healing comes out for shoot to win. Version 2 white going on the aggression. Psycho, not long for this world right now. He can only lie in cover for so long as Malum is going on an aggressive push, and there comes the flush. Nice and easy coming out for them. The shoot to win up on the high ground, still recovering.
And if you recall from our previous game, the first game of the evening over on Vikendi, well, shoot to win, they lost Rafa early on in that game, and now they're taking casualties again early in this game, game number 2. But Nova, they're going to be spotting out the Pittsburgh Knights. Nice long-range shots from Sam, and crew, rather, will be connecting onto the members of the Knights up there on the hillside, and that's going to be Beowulf capitalizing with the micro Uzi from range.
From that range?
You know, who knows? If you got the damage, if you got the skills, you can certainly find the connections. A few taps in that direction will be finding their knock, though.
I'm fairly certain that there was a knock with an M24. How are you losing duels at that range with an M24 against a micro Uzi? That's absurd.
We all make decisions, Trid. That
wasn't a decision.
You know,
they're not opting into that one.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see, but Nova certainly comes up on top of it. Killfree continues to light up. Clonus, Latinos Unidos onto the members of Hokage.
Knocked.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a bit of an engagement. You can see the tuk-tuk has now come back to be the deadliest decision that the members of Hokage have made in this game. They're going to be wiped out. Hashirama and Sune, the only 2 members remaining from that squad, now trying to save whatever placement points they can here in game number 2.
High ground and range still being held by Pittsburgh Knights. They're keeping Nova at bay for now, but it's a very central position, so you don't have to force Nova out of anything too early, and they probably won't be forced out either, depending on where that next circle will fall. Let's pull up phase number 2 just so you can have a quick look at it on the map and just see where everything is. Tempo, getting their eyes on Are You Scared right now. May need to force onto them later, but for the most part, we're looking at version 2 white, shoot to win, cream, and ignite gold to make some movements into that next play phase.
Interesting to see Tempo Storm still maneuvering their position around Are You Scared? Are You Scared moving out of that boot camp position over towards the northeast, just about maybe 50, 100 meters off of where they landed from the plane path, but still Tempo Storm looms very closely looking at the members of Are You Scared. You saw them previously kind of on the hillside looking down at the compound that the members TJ Tattoo and the rest of the squad had rolled into. But Cream, they're rotating Trid off of that far northwestern island. They're going to have to cross this river, one of the extreme choke points of this Sanhok map, and thankfully for them, at least no one is lying in wait outside of boot camp to try to snipe them out.
Thankfully for them, but they will easily enter into that circle for now. But you've got shoot to win behind them, so unless they make this rotation across the river quite quickly, they may get pincered against a body of water and a squad looking to make that same rotation down the line. Even further behind them is version 2 white, so this is a convoy of active swimmers coming to the bay.
So now with the positioning of version 2 white behind the members of shoot to win, it kind of raises the question if shoot to win.
Oh no, they're going to tank blue.
Well, yeah, but if they try to bomb into the river, they're going to have the members of Cream off to the east on the mainland, and well, action already popping off here. Pittsburgh Knights finding another squad, able to capitalize on this. Manny going to be dropped down, try and recover off of this. He is going to have those meds rolling, but Woods has been knocked and is bleeding out, and Arcs and Manny are in a very tough position to try to provide some support. Wi-Fi getting knocked as well. The IGN for in-game leader rather for this Pittsburgh Knights squad, just trying to do whatever he can to both call in his teammates for that support, but Arc's going to be sprayed down. Jagger with a nice Overwatch position. M416 spray comes in and takes him down.
Nice and easy cleanup there for Jagger. The res came in on Wi-Fi. He's now meted up as well. The tables have been turned against Blinded by Win. Scott Woods, he's been left up here to now die as Parker and Manny go for a rotation, but they're leaving Woods out in the win. He will get dropped down by 7. Blinded by Win now having 2 players remaining. But if the rest of Pittsburgh Knights have anything to say about it, that's going to quickly drop down to 0.
Blue zone starting to work its way in towards phase number 2. Phase number 3 is on the horizon as Tempo Storm starts to at least take a few casualties in the kill feed to the hands of the Revenants. And this is interesting. It's a little bit south of Paradise Resorts. Revenants pushing out of that position, but the Pittsburgh Knights are under fire once again. Wi-Fi up on that tiered hill will be connected upon by Rain from Wildcard with a QBU DMR. Nice connections. He's going to be flushed out of the game as well, so that's significant. The IGL for this squad has been wiped out, but some, at least skeptics or some critics of PUBG competitive can sort of say this might be an opening for Wi-Fi to now take a back seat and essentially direct his teammates on how to play out the rest of the game.
Could be a potential opportunity for them to do that. Let's have a look at shoot to win and version 2 white. We've opted not to go for the swim just yet, and now we're in a compound facing off against each other. That's a 4v2, and I'm uncertain whether version 2 white know there's only 2 members of shoot to win left. Draft taking a few shots at range. Was, I believe, is knocked based on his HP bar, but he might just be low HP. No, he's definitely knocked. He's on his knees right now. Blue zone coming in. There's no way Was makes this out alive. He's just going to be killed off by Blue if he's not killed off by bullets.
Came into this world crawling, and crawling is how he's going to be going out there as the blue zone now starts to take away at his health in combination with the bleed out damage. Shoot to win continuing though to hold on to that western flank as the circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Phase 3 is about to pop and give us a better idea of the landscape for the mid game here in game number 2 of the evening. Space Station Gaming though finding themselves under fire. Wildcard continuing to be a very aggressive team so far on the evening. They're being this, at least a thorn in the side of many teams here, trying to hamper any of their performance or any of their ability to rotate in safely with all 4 members alive. Zeus continuing, though, to look on, trying to spot out Carnage, and the shift comes in, a hard shift down to the southeast of our previous phase number 2, and Trid the Quarry is dead center. This is an interesting area of the map for these teams to have to play around.
It's a bit of a rat trap. You jump in there, you might not be able to get back out, unfortunately. If you're looking at the northwest, that's where most of the teams are coming in from. Are You Scared? Tempo, Revenants, and of course Latinos and Nidas pulling up the rear. They're all looking to come through that northwest corridor. Ranger's got his eyes on Space Station Gaming still. Wildcard's holding this terrain. They're in the circle nice and safely, just to the northwest of Cave, to the south of that quarry. They're going to be able to hold this position for longer as their position is still implicated by that next play area.
So this is the interesting area of the map based off of this shift. A lot of teams having to rotate down from the northern positions just off of Paradise Resort. And Revenants are already going to be moving in. Team Anarchy inside of the building. James possibly spotting out. Sure enough, yes, he did spot one of the members of Revenants out. Peralta going to be connected on immediately with the M416, taking him down. But he is going to be returned upon. That is going to be James getting quickly knocked inside of the building. And his other three teammates are far off in the distance, essentially just looking down and waving goodbye, as James will quickly be flushed out of the game here in a matter of seconds. But they are under fire from a different squad. Are you scared spotting out this Revenant's push? And you got to be worried about this trade. They're not in the safe zone, and neither is Are You Scared, but they're going to have the best opportunity to adjust off of this hill and continue to put pressure on these teams in the north.
Going to be able to play Gatekeepers, just need to get up the hill. They get high ground and a better position to be able to attack the aggressing team that has to move towards them by virtue of the circle positioning. Their next circle is now starting to move in, so hands may be forced here. Rain having a quick inspection, and look what he finds in that rat trap, a nice bit of cheese in the form of a crate.
But a rat trap, when you pull that cheese away, it could certainly snap on your tail. And although he doesn't feel it just yet, we'll have to keep an eye on that Corey area because it can quickly become a chaotic battle for any team involved in that area. Revenants, though, pushing in. They did take some casualties to the hands of Team Anarchy. A few other squads separating them and getting inside of the safe zone as Cream at least positions themselves off of the rather southwestern position of HQA. Michael and the rest of the crew, though, Yifei, looking in that direction. They are aware of Cream's presence.
They move further into that circle area. Not quite crossed the border yet, still picking up loot on their way. But they're about to get into the territory where they can enter into the new play area. Version 2 White having to actually take a long flank right now as Espinoza will get the knock onto Jay of Are You Scared? Who have got that high ground. They are still playing Gatekeeper into the new zone, stopping the northern aggression from coming in. Molly going to be popped over by Cows, takes the spray onto Vigilante, deals some damage, but not enough to get the knock. Jay is still on his knees right now. They need to go for the recovery and get him back in the game. He's bleeding out fast.
At this point in time, Revenants essentially have to take this fight. They're already wasting too much of their utility to try to advance just ever so slightly. That's going to be a nice flush, picking up at least one kill in this engagement. Are You Scared going to be dropped down to 3 players alive, and it makes this gatekeep a little bit harder for them to hold. But Cal says no worries whatsoever. AKM connections will be had on the Vigilante, and this is a tough spot to be in. Blue Zone working its way in. It's going to be on the backside of Revenants in just a matter of about 3 seconds, and there it is. They're already starting to at least succumb to some of this damage over time that they got to combat against now. And moving up this hill into Are You Scared will not be easy at this stage.
Kraken going to get the knock on the clone as Tempo Storm and Latinos Unidos are taking that engagement. TJ Tattoo and Are You Scared? They're in the area, but they're taking fire from across the way. Shoot to win. Looking to get in on the action with the knock on the TJ Tattoo.
Maybe need to send a bill over to the Revenants for that bodyguard service here. Espinoza going to be pushing over now to Tanker, trying to get inside of the shack. But keep in mind, they're not out of the blue zone yet, and they might be in the lines of sight of Shoot to Win as they continue to push up this direction where Are You Scared is taking casualties. Killfeed, though, lighten up. Nova onto HQA. But Are You Scared? They're lying in wait. Essentially, that's all they have to do, but they also have to be aware that the circle has shifted away from them, Trid. They're going to have to make movements of their own. How much time can they commit to gatekeeping the members of the Revenants?
Well, Shoot to Win bypassing them altogether, getting in vehicles, driving straight for the center of the circle.
Oh, God.
Are You Scared? Now pivoting. We can see their field of view as they look south this time. So they're looking to start making that movement now. But they still need to be aware that Revenants are in the area. Mateus going to get a knockdown from Nova this time as Cal now suppressing Revenants. Tanker's going to go down to the blue here easy. He hasn't got the HP. He can try and med up. But he should go down. One more tick more to do the trick to get him down on his knees. But HQA and Nova are currently clashing across the map.
Cal going to be pulling off of this entirely. He says, I inflicted enough pain on the members of Revenants. Let the blue zone do the rest, or any other team that happens to cross their paths as they make their way into phase number 4, which is about to close out here in about maybe 30 to 45 seconds time. Creams, Kira, going to be trying to at least snake their way in. Very aware of the fact that other teams from version 2 White are pushing in. Space Station Gaming lighting up the kill feed as well. But everyone just kind of in that transition phase because Trid, it's going to be a hell of a circle to play around. We are going to the Corey for the mid to late game. And, you know, players might not want to see it. I've been wanting to see it the entirety of this tournament because it creates such unique situations that teams might not be practicing on in scrim play. And it really is going to be a true test of a team's ability here as we continue on.
Beowulf will get a knock onto Yifei, so that Nova HQA fight still raging on in the background. Jagger will send Marvis to his knees. Suppressive fire coming in to deal with there. Shadow will get the knock as Yefe being flushed out by Beowulf, Zephyr as well. So it's starting to tip in favor of Nova as the fight continues to go on. Revenants starting to get revenge on Are You Scared? They've dropped down Cal, but here's Edwin taking shots at Michael from HQA, receiving some damage himself from the side. Kuang with the flank, getting that crossfire locked down onto the Nova compound.
Kato going to be spotted out. Kuang now trying to avoid the blue zone damage, and he's sealing, essentially signing his death warrant right there, trying to hop behind the rock. Will be spotted out. Sam with the connections from the M416 ringing true as he tries to watch for the flush. But Kuang going to be silently sitting behind that rock, succumbing to the blue zone damage, and will be going out of the game. Sending Michael to continue on as that solo player for that squad. Are You Scared, though, taking even more casualties. Revenants have worked their way out of that northern side of the zone, and well, they said you were trying to gatekeep us. Well, we're here to make you feel the hurt for that decision, and TJ Tattoo will be going out of the game.
Revenants just pull out the Uno reverse card, go, no you, and start gatekeeping them instead. You can see now there's still another member of Mighty is still in the blue zone, trying to find a way around this gatekeeping position that Revenants now pick. They completely flipped the script on them, and now they're feeling the hurt for it.
Wild card in the middle of the circle.
You love to see it.
They're in that high ground position, the only compound essentially that's not going to be inside of the quarry. And you're going to see other people try to move in here. Space Station Gaming, that's a hillside that they're currently residing on the eastern side of this phase. And Team Anarchy is going to be working their way in towards Space Station. This is going to be an engagement that's almost inevitable by virtue of how small the phase is getting and how much area is, albeit playable, but these teams aren't going to want to play down into the quarry. We're going to lose about half of our lobby here, Trid, in just about a minute.
Nova looking to take the express train at the moment as they drop down. They've got the smoke available to use as well. Edwin going to lay down some suppressor fire onto Parker, but it's Kira who gets the knock. Looking for the kill steal. He's not going to find it. Rain actually going to take that one away, as Michael now will get knocked down by Cotto, so they're looking towards that HQA squad, try and build up some more casualties. Here's a spray down from Latinos Unidos as they move out. Sam's aim is true. Will find that final full kill and knock them down. Mateos being dropped to his knees in the blue zone. Will have to go down to the quarry if anything, but it's going to be sprayed down by Sam. Finds the flush and confirms that kill. Juicy looking to do the same on Team Anarchy. Killer in his sights. Edwin being dropped down by Cheto. A9 or Team Anarchy 9 feeling the hurt as well as Manny tries to chase this blue zone and get into safety. He's the last man standing for Blinded by Win, and the grenade is trying to make sure he is not going to be remaining much longer.
I mean, just looking at the map, all of these teams are just trying to stay on the edge as much as possible. They don't want to commit into the wide open areas and essentially become fish in a barrel. Are You Scared, though, wipes out the Revenants before almost going down himself. Mighty dropped down to about 10% HP in that engagement. He lives to see another day, or at least another team get wiped out is his goal. But Nova has committed. They are inside of the quarry, going to be spotting out Cream Esports, trying to spray him down, but immediately going to be turned on. Karma with the M416 headshot onto Beowulf.
So here's the best thing about what Nova has done is they've opted into this low ground territory, and they can either be a case example for why you don't do it, or they can flip the script and show you why there might be merit to doing this strategy. Already they're taking fights across with people just all over the quarry who may have high ground advantage on them, but they're trying to play around the cover as best they can, so they're only taking the fights they want to on the low ground with teams on a level playing field.
Phase number 6 has popped. The game gets increasingly more difficult for all teams except for Wildcard. Space Station Gaming having to move off of that hill. Micro TT, the lone member of Team Anarchy, just to the north. But all of our teams that committed to that quarry area, well, they're now facing off against a lot of pressure. And it's not pressure on their front side. It's the blue zone on their back, essentially trying to force them as far into this next phase as possible. And it's going to be difficult. This uphill battle is essentially going to be exactly that. Beowulf already spotting up members of Wildcard. They need to get a knock here. They need that window of opportunity to safely move, and they don't have a lot of time to do so.
Blue pressing against their backs right now, and it's actually moved in front of them, so they're definitely playing against the clock to try and get something done. Babel staying maybe a little bit too long. One more bullet should knock him down. Even going for the spray of Micro Uzi. He's dropped all of his meds, or he's used all of them. He's just being a sacrificial lamb here. May try and go for the crawl back into the circle, but he'd rather his team go on and survive. Ranger laying down the herd onto Space Station Gaming, who are also trying to approach this compound. They've got so much security to play out of. I really think this is Wildcard Gaming's round to lose.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly is. Wildcard playing off their mantra, stack the deck, and will they have definitely stacked it in their favor, still finding themselves inside of this next phase, the northwestern corner, but Space Station Gaming's Juicy is pushing up. He's able to get a nice Molotov onto Illusions from Wildcard. He continues to push in. Carnage with an M416 headshot on the Ranger. Just two more members to worry about, Zeus and Rain.
Juicy with the pre-fire, looking to go into the compound. Zeus holding the angle. Rain's got more HP to play with here. Nova have survived, but they've got to fight against 7, who's a low member. There's the spray from Zeus. Piccolo's going to be dropped to his knees by 7. That's multiple members there going for it. Edward will deal with him handily, but he have to get Nova back in the game and res up. Juicy is looking to shoot any member that goes anywhere near the compound as the rest of the space station hold the angles and heal up. Nova are given some breathing time to get back in the game, though. That's the most important thing to keep their dreams alive. 3 members remaining for each squad. There's 3 of them. We're heading for a showdown.
I mean, these are 3 of our strongest teams here in the entirety of this 24-team semifinals that we're working off of. Juicy, though, he's trying to work his way inside of the circle. He's been able to find at least a little bit of safe area next to the building where Wildcard is currently holding on to and has been holding on to for the better part of about 5 to 10 minutes. But they have to recover. That engagement took away illusions and certainly took away a lot of their armor and meds in the process. Angry, though, waiting inside of the window. He's going to be trying to third-person peek. Any of the members of Wildcard moving inside. Juicy holding around that western edge, trying to spray down anyone that tries to vault outside of it, but grenades are being prepped. They're trying to find this AoE damage.
Trying to look for it. Wildcard are stacking up in the corner. They're trying to play around the smoke and shoot into it. Nova are waiting this one out. They're fine. You want to fight? Go for it. We'll kill whoever is the victor of this war. As they press up to get themselves into the circle, or at least in a better position, playing on the outside of the house. Now, Wildcard is looking their direction, but Space Station Gaming have now got the backs of Wildcard in their faces. Cotto sprays into the building, but he can play around the cover for a little bit longer. He's just on the edge of that newly formed circle. It's Space Station and Wildcard who may have to commit outwards into Nova's line of fire.
We so often forget about the dead members of squads and what essentially they did in those games to get to this point with the squad. Huge grenades, though, coming out from Space Station Gaming. Nova continues to sit strong on the southern side of this phase. But again, Beowulf, the dead member of Nova, is the only reason why these 3 members, Sam, Edwin, and Kato, have been able to get here. He was able to provide that cover fire, the sacrificial lamb, as you coined it, Trid, and that is huge. The members of Nova, the fans of Nova, have to be giving so much credit over to Beowulf right now. But it all comes down to what can SSG, what can Wildcard, what can Nova do here in the final phase of this game. Phase number 8 is popped, and it is moving in. Yes, indeed it is. Someone's going to have to budge out of this building, and well, who's going to be there to catch him?
Look at the obscured vision between the line between Nova and the rest of these 2 squads. Sam's getting on the rooftop. This is an amazing play by Nova here. They just have the advantage innately. They're going to be able to play above it. Teams will have to move out of the building at some point into Nova's line of sight. They're stacking up and stacking the deck against Wildcard as they move around. Angry has to move into the building, but he exposed himself to Edwin's fire with that micro Uzi. Wrapping around the back. Actually, hang on a minute. He's stuck around there. Nova haven't been able to react to it. Angry's now gone down because Sam's found the lock. Juicy's running around the building, trying to play underneath that roof and play in the smoke. But Sam's just taking blind shots. That's another member knocked down. It's actually Cotto going down while Juice is being knocked as well. There's the flush and removing multiple members. It's just carnage alive for Space Station Gaming, and Sam has the high ground to play around as well as Edwin.
Still 3 teams alive. That's going to quickly change here as the members of all of these squads continue to get whittled down. Space Station Gaming. Carnage trying to hold on the solo member for this squad with 2 members of Wildcard inside of the building. Trying to med up, not going to be able to do so. Too much damage being inflicted on his person. Tries to spray down the members of Wildcard, but not able to do so. And out goes Space Station Gaming in 3rd place. But Nova, they popped off of the roof. They're trying to capitalize on this. Trying to catch Zeus and the rest of Wildcard off guard, but it's not going to be enough. Wildcard comes up with a huge Game 2 victory, and that's going to be 13 kills to their name as well. It was their game to win, and they did it in high fashion, coming up with the victory.
Well played there by Wildcard. Excellent spray down there from Zeus to get the final 2 members of Nova and secure the victory for Wildcard Gaming. Team that's looking to get themselves further up the rankings and increase that gap between Group B participant Misfits Gaming, who are more than likely going to look to challenge them on that final day tomorrow. But it came down to a 3-team showdown. We even called it. They're 3 of our highest performing teams. And we can see Nova took the initiative by taking the rooftop first, playing around that. But then ultimately the circle shifted away and they had to play into the building to try and win. I don't think they were comfortable going for that med battle, which is why they definitely wanted to take the engagement early.
I mean, here's the thing. If you're one of the powerful teams, why let meds decide your fate? Go for the frags, play to your strong suits, and capitalize on the win, just like Wildcard did in that game. But that's game 2 in the books. We've got 2 more games on the evening, both going to be on Erangel.
Zombie, Darkest Night, the newest mode in the zombie universe, is here. This time, the rules are different. No more parachuting, as players will be placed at random locations on the map when the match begins, and there is no single winner. Players must work with their teammates to spend one long night in the match and stay alive until the sun comes up. Waves and waves of zombies will spawn during each of the 3 foggy periods at night, and supplies should only be scavenged when the fog fades. The main objective is not to defeat other players, though this doesn't mean they are harmless. Players may need to work with other teams when necessary, but should also watch their backs in case the Fragile Alliance goes south. This will be a unique experience for every player involved. This new mode also comes with a passive skill for every player. Understanding the skill will be the key to staying alive in this long night. Can you ride out the night?
Welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Club Open semifinals for North America. We are halfway done with the evening, and an exciting set of 2 games have been played, but get your Tupperware ready for that double serving of Erangel, because it's about to be popping. But Trin, let's go through that last game. It was an exciting ending, and we've got the replays to do it justice.
Yeah, the conclusion was really good. I think the intent was right by Nova to get on the rooftop. We're already jumping into those final moments here, and you can see them, they're using the rock. Kova, Sam, Koto, Sam and Edwin, all from Nova. So they're going to get on this rooftop and just try and play the angles when they try to merge from the building. Sam goes for a couple of spray downs, will get the knock onto Juicy, and they handedly deal with Space Station Gaming. Then they have to try and rush against Wildcard.
Yeah, you saw them drop off of that building. It was an interesting choice. You know, I saw some of the people in chat saying, you know, why did Nova jump down? And well, they didn't want to leave it to a med battle. They were trying to do exactly what Wildcard was doing by fragging out, trying to seal the deal by their own guns. And well, Wildcard came up victorious on that. A huge round victory coming in for the Wildcard members. But again, it's not over yet, with 2 more games to be played out, and it's going to be at least interesting to see how that Erangel map plays itself out with these teams kind of dropping on one another. I think we're going to see a few contested areas.
Yeah, contested areas I'm looking at right now. I think Pachinki, potentially also Yasnaya as well, based off the 2 teams in the lobby. Milta area, potentially. It depends on whether Cream's spread out far enough to Milta power, rather than relying back on the closer to Milta area. Potentially have 3 teams dropping there.
Yeah.
Nova, they're obviously going to take Novo. That's uncontested. Their team is really dropping there. George Paul's had a couple of hot drops. So these are like the hotbed areas in this current lobby I think we need to take a look at. We could be in for some surprises. Some teams may want to mix it up. Let's try and see if we can get some standings information on the board for you, just see how this has been affected now. So not looking too hot for Latinos and Nidos. Well, Latinos and Nidos and Shoot to Win, they're getting up there. For Hokage and Version 2 White, they're the teams in the danger zone right now. This is their last game day, and if they don't even break top 16, it's all over for them.
Yeah, they only have 2 more games to play, and if they find themselves on this bottom 8, this last page of standings, well, their fate is sealed. They'll be going out, and we'll know it at the end of today. But we continue up the leaderboards, at least placements 9 through 16. Getting a little bit close. Lights Out and the rest of the crew continue to pump themselves up by virtue of other teams making movements. Tempo Storm continues to drop, though, by that very same reason.
Not looking good for Tempo Storm, but you've got to remember, this 9 to 14th place area, it's only divided by 15 points. There's a lot of teams in there. There's 6 teams in there, and they're divided by 15 points. It's not a lot, so it's a lot of mobility to be had in that next section, but Tempo Storm need to be concerned. If they're finishing 13th, 14th, they could be knocked into the bottom 8, depending on the performance of the teams that still need to play their 16th map.
That was the sweaty page of the standings. Let's pop over, though, to the top 8 teams here in the PUBG Mobile Club Open semifinals. These are teams that are sitting at least fairly pretty, at least in their confidence, going in to their final games, if they're being played today, or going into tomorrow's set of games. And again, Space Station Gaming continues to climb. 345 points to their name. That's pretty incredible, Trey.
I'm looking, Wildcard Misfits could pop off tomorrow. Look how close those 2 teams are. Wildcard will have an edge going in from their 12 games, but of course Misfits could also bring it back and put them down a peg into tomorrow's games. Let's go over to our 3rd map of the day. We're jumping straight into Erangel.
And here's the playing path. It's going to be at least a little bit different than the playing path that we've seen all day. It's favored over towards the western side of Erangel, and with this being an 8x8 kilometer map, well, some of those East Coast I guess, maybe priority locations for some of these teams. Milta Power, Yasnaya even, are going to be a bit of a stretch. Novo certainly a stretch, but you already see Nova popping out of the plane very early on. They're going to be committing to that. No strangers to at least having to soar a little bit to find their location. Are you scared? We'll be taking up the Misfits location that's not claimed here by virtue of Misfits not even being in the lobby. And so this is a good awareness pick for the members of Are You Scared who want to continue to try to climb, have these good engagements throughout these games to at least feel safe going into the final day.
They've also dropped on here themselves a few times, even when Misfits have been in the area. I've watched Are You Scared and Misfits like split the map when they've done this before, so this is a location they want to favor. Now the circle's moving up to northeast, so I'm looking at the likes of potentially Revenants or Space Station Gaming to really be favored by this circle, because they will drop onto the Yasnaya area. You can see Space Station Gaming moving further into the northeast and moving further over to Yasnaya. Just want to see where Revenants have ultimately dropped down themselves, though.
I'll tell you this, the best feeling in the world is being experienced by Space Station Gaming. You pop out of the plane, you start heading over towards Yasnaya. We all expected that. But in the process of parachuting over in that direction, well, the circle lands right on top of them. But we pop over to Revenants. They're going to be here in South Georgia Pole with not one, not two, but three other teams. And this is going to be a little bit difficult for these squads to loot through. The back six area and the apartments certainly very crowded. Only one team in the front six, and that is going to be Ignite Gold. Very aggressive team, at least so far today, so expect the action to pop off.
I think these hot drops have been mainly dictated by that flight path, because it's unusual that we see teams commit to this one so far west. Tempo's uncontested in Pachinki. I expected to see potentially Ignite Gold or Cream Esports potentially contest them on that one, but instead we got Ignite Gold up here in South George, and Cream are actually moving into where Wildcard and Blinded by Winner are just to the south of that circle. There's a lot of chaos really being implemented into this purely by virtue of that flight path and that first circle. In fact, look at how much space Space Station has to work with over in Yasnaya. It's completely uncontested. The eastern coast of this map is just completely barren.
Uncontested for now. They won't be seeing much action, but they have to be at least aware that other teams are going to be bombing into those centralized locations. But back to this fight here. Or what
it's not a fight, it's a standoff.
I mean, it's soon going to be a fight. That's certainly one takeaway. All of these teams will have to rotate eventually over towards the east to get inside of the safe zone. But at least a few things to talk about here. These teams don't have a lot of movement around this South Georgia Pole area, and although South Georgia Pole is a high priority loot location, it doesn't have enough loot to support 4 different squads, especially with all of these teams taking up different regions of this town. So everyone is going to be a little bit pressed for loot, and certainly pressed for time as well if they continue to sit around and let this standoff continue.
Vigilante very close to HQA by himself. Michael's almost being the divider between the rest of Revenants and HQA themselves. Vigilante's getting very close to Yifei, or vice versa. You can see Peralta on the rooftop now. You're trying to use the third-person peek, and Michael looks out the window. Could have some gunfire traded. Vigilante hears the footsteps of Zeef and will reposition himself and have to trade information for doing so as he moves to, or tries to reposition to the safety of his team.
Revenants and the members of HQA are very commingled here in this. If an engagement pops off, well, the crossfire will be coming out, and I would expect to see the members of Ignite Gold try to capitalize on that as well. Maybe push up from that southern position they're holding in the front six to try to pick off some third-party kills. But as we expected, teams are already starting to bomb in here to Yasnaya, which was once completely
bomb in and bomb straight out.
Huh, interesting. In they go, out they go. And well, they didn't necessarily have any sort of information to work off that Space Station Gaming was here other than VOD review. But why would you come here in the first place? But the action pops off. South Georgia Pole will now become a hotbed of destruction as HQA finds the initial knock on the Vigilante from Revenants.
Raided knocks for the time being. 1-for-1 so far. So they're going to go on to recovery. Peralta has a nice anchor position up on the rooftop here. Can catch movements back and forth. Maybe have to spot out Kuang if he goes up a floor at this point. But as Ethan going to go and get the flush onto Vigilante, confirming this will now become a 4v3 in favor of HQA.
Playing a little piano there as he continues to pick up some loot, but other members of HQA are still in the distance, so are the Revenants, and they need to be aware of this. HQA able to at least pick up that res and disengage off of this. Revenants now on that western side of the back six. And well, you're starting to at least see a little bit of movement coming out of Ignite Gold, trying to push down to the south a little bit off of this South Georgia Pole position. And that's going to allow at least more room to move around for the members of Revenants. Peralta already trying to cross the road over to the western side of this and just disengage entirely, create a little bit of room to work off of so that they can pick up some of that much needed loot. Again, they haven't been able to pick up much.
Actually looked almost like HQA disengaged from that one, but we're on board with Monarch down from Pittsburgh Knights, who are traveling across the fields. very open and exposed for the time being. There's no teams paying them too much notice. They are going to be rotating quite close to Team Anarchy when they do this. Not particularly Monarch, but the likes of Jagger looking like they're going to be a little bit further ahead of Monarch and make it into range. Shots are being fired towards them, and now Monarch's being received that information, so he might have to adapt his current path to avoid it himself.
We could see a few interesting circles come out of phase number 2. If it ends up going over towards the west, the river leading out of Yasnaya is certainly going to be implicated and in play, or it could shift all the way over to the east as well and take that at least obstacle out entirely for these teams to have to work off of. Ignite Gold, though, they've at least popped into these vehicles, pulling off of South Georgia Pole and making that rotation. But another team that landed south of that South Georgia Pole spot, Latinos Unidos, are starting to collide on this bit of a rotation path. Shots coming out, and that's going to be Fi trying to spray down Matias, who is quickly pulling back to the safety of his teammates.
The little motorcycle that could. It's going to get away right now. Mateus joining Latinos Unidos. Ignite Gold partially commit to that one and go, it's not worth our time. We're going to keep moving now. And they just carry on their current trajectory.
Continuing on, Matias trailing behind Revo and his teammates Chacho. They're pulling back to the hospital. They're trying to get a different rotation angle altogether, or possibly wait for that ultra-late rotation and try to escape any thoughts of teams already inside of the zone that might be looking back at them. But the blue zone is encroaching in on phase number 1, so these rotations certainly do have to come out. Any team making a rotation at this stage in the game is going to lose out on those priority spots inside of the center of phase number 1, where we're already seeing a lot of teams start to congregate. But a team that has to at least move as well, Are You Scared, down here from Sosnovka Island. Nova hasn't pulled off of that Novo spot either, and it looks like Are You Scared is at least positioning for that eastern bridge. The best decision they could make would be to shift over towards the west, but they don't know what lies in wait. They don't have the benefit of that spectator view, and they're going to be going over here towards the east, and you might be seeing a potential clash from these two Sosnovka Island squads.
They have to know that Nova occupies Novo. I would not even risk this if I was there.
If they know that Sosnovka is open by virtue of Misfits not being here, yes, they have to know Trid, and you don't want to see them collide with Nova early on here.
Going to keep healing up. Mateus is trying to chase and get over and get ahead of the blue zone, but he's moving straight into Kawang. Mateus, you've already escaped death once. You're not going to do it twice. Knockdown coming in here. Easy pickup. Going over to Kawang will get the flush and steal a little bit of loot before chasing after the blue himself.
The second kill from HQA on a different squad. HQA capitalizing on these early game opportunities, and that's exactly what you have to do when you're trying to rack up points on points on points. But Latinos Unidos will carry on in memory of their fallen teammate Matias. Revo, Clonus, and Chacho are left now as a 3-man unit to try to pick up those points. Either placements or kills or a combination of the two would be their best bet. But the circle is about to finish that collapse on the phase number 1. We're about to get a better idea of where we're going, and again, there are different types of circles that we could see here that present their own type of problems for a few of the squads still making those rotations.
Still finding their way in. A lot of squads still outside the circle, all of them converging onto Yasnaya as the virtue of the circle doing that. Nova getting across that eastern bridge. Are You Scared wrapping around to the west? They're completely avoiding Nova by taking the western bridge themselves. It does force a slightly longer period in the blue, but that next circle has popped, and I think you guys need to see that because it's forcing even further north. It's splitting the map with that river to the north of Yasnaya. A lot of teams stuck on the southern side for now, but if you were Ignite Gold, and particularly for Hokage, you have the potential to play gatekeeper when these teams traveling through.
Yeah, certainly. We see Ignite Gold just south of Severny. They're at the Crossroads compound that is about 100 meters south of the entryway of that location. And it's a very strong compound, one of the strongest here on this Erangel map. They're going to be able to spot out teams wrapping around the shooting range or any team that tries to bomb into these Severny city limits. But other squads, at least over near South Georgia Pole, I'm looking at Revenants, I'm looking at Latinos Unidos. You have to ask, what rotations will they be making to try to get up? Latinos Unidos, they're not even worried about it just yet because they're engaged on the HQA. 2 members going to be dropped down to HQA. Zyphon is able to return the favor onto Clonus, but Revo and his teammates continue on, and they're going to be wiping out the first squad of this map, Trid. That's unfortunate to see for HQA.
Yeah, you hate to see it. HQA going out in 16th place. They've only got the kill points to their names, and you get 0 points for going out in 16th. Good news for Latinos Unidos, a team that desperately needs points, and now getting them on the board. They've got 4 kills to their name, and they guarantee they'll get at least 1 placement point. So, all coming up LU right now. We're on board with Anarchy, who are moving further north, looking to get into that Severny territory and potentially lock down some real estate before that next circle comes in.
Yeah, I'd like to see Team Anarchy stop here, just like they're doing the warehouse position. And it's going to be one of the high ground spots. They're going to be able to soak up information of any teams entering into Severny, but they're also going to have sights onto that Crossroads location that I was talking about, Ignite Gold moving into. So this is an early game scout and early game secure on this compound that should pay off for Team Anarchy at least as far as phase number 2 goes. But the blue zone continues to at least make its way in. It's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. You can't avoid it. It's one of the best features of PUBG Mobile as Tanker Revenants continue on that path. They took a lot of blue zone damage trying to rotate off of South Georgia Pole, but now they find themselves at least trying to wrap around the school apartments Rozhok area to enter in off of the south.
Nice little convoy going on. 2 doubling down on the motorcycle. Maybe not the smartest ideas. You are very exposed. You trade that off for speed, but they've only got a buggy to work with, so they have to go for the 2-2 split. Peralta and Tanker are actually turning around right now. I think they're aware someone's following them. They're going to open up on to Colonus, who's trying to serpentine away from the gunfire. Successfully doing so for now. Very little damage taken to him. He needs to move further away from the circle and wrap around to the east to find an entry point.
Thankfully, he was able to relay that information to his other teammates who have quickly shifted down to the south to avoid these lines of sight entirely. And well, Revenants, they have to continue on this rotation. I don't think they're going to be content on the southern side of this circle based off of where we will likely be going in phase number 3. But speaking of phase number 2, a lot of teams have found centralized positions. Wildcard trying to do just that, just near the mountain of Stauber, where Tempo Storm is currently on the base of. And they're going to be running right into them very soon, almost in range, certainly in range now. The audible cues of that dossier being given over to the members of Tempo. And Ranger popping out just in the nick of time to get those third-person perspective peeks. And he spots out Lost, a significant amount of damage being applied. He's going to be forced to try to get the first aid off immediately, but Illusions is going to be connected on as well. A lot of damage coming out between these two squads.
What a terrible start for Tempo to have Lost taken to 10% HP, chunked out of the fight altogether. Flush coming in on Nico. There's a grenade forcing Illusions to retreat back down the hill. Won't get the damage from it. 2 members of Wildcard on critical HP, having to heal right now, so it's on Rain and Ranger, and now Illusions as well to try and make sure that everyone gets back to full HP. Suppressing down members of Tempo, but guaranteeing themselves a 4v3. It doesn't mean they've won the fight. You can easily turn this around if you're Tempo. Just put you on the back foot.
It's interesting, nades coming in, smoke grenades as well to block the lines aside of Tempo, while they follow up with frag grenades to try to find the connections. Sensing a bit of a standstill, Wildcard being quick in their disengage, and this is what you like to see if you're one of the Wildcard fans. Don't waste your time here. Get that circle position if you find yourself at least at a stalemate with the other squad, and pulling off just like they will be down to the south, riding around that lake on the western side of Yasnaya. Next circle is up, though, and it's going to be centered on that crossroads location just south of Severny, as all of these teams now are starting to rotate in off the east.
They're all going to get caught up at the checkpoint here. They're coming in from the south. Space Station Gaming going to crash into each other momentarily. He's doing hot pursuit of Are You Scared? You can see version 2 white on the screen. A lot of teams taking this same rotation route, and it may prove lethal if one team decides to drop out and potentially try and contest.
Sixless continues on in that U.S. near the crossroads location that Ignite Gold has already taken up shelter inside of. He's going to be scouting this out and will likely be met with some shots. You can already hear them on your screen as he tries to avoid this entirely. But version 2 White is spotting out the members of Wildcard in their own rotation. Maluma with the M416 finding some nice connections, and this is Wildcard trying to slam into this compound to secure it for their own. Unfortunately, we're met with an already occupied building. Grandma Shack lights up, and will Mega 19, Bad Player, and the rest of the crew pick up their first kill of the game.
Rain being flushed out of the map altogether. 3 members of Wildcard remaining, 1 kill going over to version 2 White. Here's Lopez and Martin heading on the current path towards Are You Scared, who've been in this mass migration of convoys across the map, managing to cut in it, but now they're moving awfully close to Space Station Gaming over to their left. They may get the gunfire coming in. You can hear the shots being traded, but they're out of one position to another. This is such an occupied territory right now. Gunfire is coming from multiple compounds, as it looks like the Ulysses is going to take a lot of fire on the side of Shoot to Win.
Carnage and team raining down gunfire. They're
Nice
going to be
shots.
finding the nice long-range
And
connections. The vehicle explosion comes in for Juicy, and that's going to be Shoot to Win, taking casualty after casualty. Thankful for them, they still do have members alive to keep their squad dreams at least moving on here in this game. Martin is going to be working with a pretty hard task to handle. He and Lopez now pulling into the bunkers just off to the east of the shooting range. And this is going to be an interesting position for them to hold on to. Probably the best position for any team that has lost members here in the early to mid game. But Wildcard pops off in the kill feed. Blinded by Wind continues to take casualty after casualty as the blue zone is almost at the edges of phase number 3. 15 teams still alive. We've only seen 1 squad wiped out. That's HQA as we just passed that 15-minute mark of the game.
Next circle popping, let's get that on your screen. Moving back over towards Pittsburgh Knights Wildcard, Blinded by Win and Team Anarchy. It's over to the east of the circle, to the southeast of Severny. This is going to force some rotations from the likes of Revenants, for Hokage, Space Station, Ignite Gold, and Shoot to win. Most of these other teams are pretty much safe in the area so far. The teams with leaders are actually moving further north into the range, potentially, of Nova, but they're venturing back down to the southwest now on a similar path. They're running parallel to each other, but not spotted out just yet.
This is a tough circle for these teams to work off of. Unfortunately, it's shifted over to the east, where a lot of wide open area is going to be present, but blinded by Wen Parka. He lost already 2 members of his squad, but it's not going to stop him from being aggressive here. Puts out some damage, but it's going to be the members of version 2 White that end up colliding onto each other. But another collision as Cream Esports rolls into the already hurt Tempo Storm, losing Nico to Wildcard just a few minutes ago. But are you scared? They've collapsed on the same building where Wildcard lost one of their members. Version 2 White continues to hold strong and frag out on any offensive push.
I believe that was Jay from Are You Scared being flushed out of the competition as well. Tempo taking some casualties from Cream Esports. Spec playing further back. Try and stay in this one with Kraken as well. Laying down some suppressive fire to try and cover the retreat of Lost. The IGL for Tempo to get back in the game. Now I have to worry about behind him. You can just see there's another squad coming up. Cheddar and the rest of Cream playing aggressively. Grenade right coming in. It's the smoke grenade. There's a frag grenade from the enemy team. I think they're out of range to keep him alive. Lost had to be picked up then, otherwise he would have just died to the natural bleed out. Spec getting in there in the nick of time to keep the IGL running.
The 11th hour res is the all-important res that you love to see. And, well, it's going to be executed upon. For Hokage,
Wait, they got a
some
grenade?
casualties here in this situation. Yeah, Cream certainly pounded some nades in their direction. That's going to be lost going down. Spec retreating off of this, trying to get outside of nade range, but you can see Cream wrapping around this smoke concealment that has been laid on the battlefield. They want it. They know that they have the upper hand, but a few seconds can spell disaster. Cheto trying to wrap around, trying to get the advantage on top of Kraken, but the DP28 says otherwise, but he's going to be immediately traded out as Kira tries to pop into the smoke, tries to avoid the shots entirely.
One out, one in. It's perfectly. Karma comes in for the finisher. That's Tempo Storm being knocked out by Cream Esports NA, who are trying to continue that momentum from yesterday's momentous series of games.
And Tempo Storm trying to find that momentum. Well, it's not going to be found here in game number 3. And they only have one more game to try to do so coming up next. But 14 teams still remain here in this lobby. 43 players alive. Version 2 White continues to hold on to this compound, but Are You Scared has recovered at least slightly on the outside, holding onto that western fence line that separates them from their opponents just about 10 meters. Certainly in grenade range, but how much utility do you want to waste at this juncture?
This could actually be very bad for Tempo Storm here, because if Version 2 White and 4 Hokage have great games this map, it will force them into the top 16 and force Tempo into the bottom 8. Into that relegation zone. If they're in there by the end of today's games, they won't be able to come back and won't be able to qualify for our regional finals. That had huge implications, them going out that early.
And there it is for Hokage, continues to frag out. Hashirama with the Car 98 snipe. Coming in huge right there, and that's, again, something that Tempo Storm doesn't want to see. Certainly all eyes from the Tempo Storm squad. Their fans, their organization are looking and hoping for a prayer here in Game 3 because they can't do anything more. 14 teams, though, going to be battling it out for a small bit of real estate here as the Pittsburgh Knights get pushed up upon by the members of Revenants. Tanker taking a lot of damage here, just trying to get a little bit of reprieve from battle behind the rock to get the meds rolling.
He's got time. He's got the cover as well. You can see Blinded by Win and Cream Esports on his flank, but they're so far away, they're not going to be able to do anything about it. Now, he has got a bit of distance to travel. That next circle was popped over to the southwest, leaning more towards the south. Space Station Gaming is in a pretty good position right now. They're already playing Edge on an unoccupied side of it. But you've got that showdown between Are You Scared and Version 2 White in the middle that's going to get third party to hell. It's one of the only bits of real estate left in that circle, so expect some conflict to arise from that. But that's that northwest area, all those teams having to push in from the same direction, going to be lethal. But I like what Shoot to Win's doing. They're taking a safer approach, wrapping around the blue to come in from the east instead, where it's less occupied.
Yeah, you're going to want to be on the south side of things, and you certainly don't want to be in a smoking UAS like Karma is currently trying to make that transition in. But this is a hope and a prayer, and he's been able to at least make it to a safe area of the map. Not taking shots yet, but trying to lay down some concealment to further reinforce this territory that he has been able to claim. As other members of his squad are certainly taking damage, taking some casualties, as Revenants try to at least reposition from behind this rock. Tanker, he's gotten knocked. They don't have the time to pick up the res. Blue zone on their back, and they rotate on down towards the south, right past the members of Cream, who are trying to recover as well. They aren't able to reunite with Karma just yet, and that's a solo player over there that the members of Revenants are going to be collapsing on very shortly. But they've spotted out Ignite Gold off to the distance, going to be trying to spray out some damage.
Tanker will finally get flushed out to the play zone. There's smoke coming in to get the res onto Beowulf, so the rest of Nova can reposition away from Ignite Gold.
Look how open this play area here is, Trid.
It's going to be disastrous for teams. Vehicles and utility are going to be so important in these final phases to conceal and protect the teams. Now, a team, if I was them, I'm seeing that crate right there in the middle. I may want to collapse some vehicles and create some mobile cover around existing versions as Micro TT will spray on this rotation. Going past Nova as well. They're just running straight into the danger zone right now. Up onto the rooftop, but they're going to use that vehicle for cover. The vehicle's exploded. Gonna find the knock onto James. Micro TT will survive. Has to pop the smoke to try and bring him back in. Sam's not found that flush yet, but he's laying down a lot of hurt onto this Team Anarchy lineup.
Beowulf, he's gonna be alive and well, and he's spraying down onto the members of Team Anarchy, trying to find those flushes. Sam gonna be capitalizing on that. Anarchy losing member after member after member. That's gonna be 3 going down to the likes of Nova Esports as the kill feed continues to light up. And there's 4 Hokage making another step here, trying to rack up those points. And again, something that the members of Tempo Storm, as you mentioned, Trid, they don't want to be seeing here, but this compound where Are You Scared has been holding on to with the members of version 2 White now has another entrant. It's going to be the Pittsburgh Knights slamming on to the northern side of this wall.
And Monarchs go for the spray down there on version 2 White. Tempo Stormer slipping them a 20 after this game, taking them out as well, keeping them below here. And to get the knocks, to get the flushes, and that's version 2 White being kicked out of the game. Pittsburgh Knights will take over the territory, but you got Are You Scared off to the side. Now, it's all about how high can 4 Hokage get and play spoiler against Tempo Storm.
Look at all those 4 vehicles just slam into the fence line on the northern side.
It's a scrapyard right now. It's a scrapyard.
Exactly right. That's what it is. And I have to wonder, do the members of Pittsburgh Knights know that Are You Scared? 2 members are at least hiding there on the fence line to the west because they didn't lend a hand in that engagement whatsoever, but they will be inside of this next phase. It's going to be on the western side of at least where that compound is holding. Wildcard inside on the south, but a lot of movement has to come out. It's going to be Nova trying to move into the Latinos Unidos territory, and they're trying to put out the pressure, able to get out some significant damage. And thankfully, they've got 3 vehicles, 3 Dacias that are going to lend them at least a little bit of help in centering up.
Oh no, Espinosa's got a good line of sight here on Wildcard. We'll get the knock onto Ranger. Sam actually getting knocked down by Latinos Unidos in that rotation. Need to try and go for the recovery there, but Mighty will go ahead and get the flush onto Espinosa. There's a lot of pressure being applied onto Revenants by Are You Scared? It's Carnage from Space Station Gaming taking a few shots, but for Hokage getting involved in the action on that IGN fight. Sam so close to going down here. I believe they got him just in time to get the res, but another knock coming down from Parker to find Edwin, and he exposed himself to Beowulf with that VSS. Sam going out of the game right now, will get flushed out. They were unable to get the res in, but Beowulf will avenge his fallen comrade with the kill onto Parker. Cotto onto Manny as well. It's putting Blinded by Wind in a difficult spot.
I mean, listen, you can just look at these players' perspective and see how wide open this territory is. If you don't have any mobile cover and you've got to center up, well, you're not going to be able to. Beowulf and the rest of Nova, they've got essentially the only defilade, that little bit of a hillside that they're riding onto. But the members of Wildcard Swarm, they're going to be able to find out Space Station Gaming. Out goes Angry, out goes Carnage. They're going to be going down left and right. For Hokage, going to be lending their hand as well as they try to make this rotation around that bend, riding the edge of the circle. Beowulf being spotted out for Hokage. Tsukasa trying to spray him down, but immediately going to be returned on and dropped himself.
For Hokage, they've got themselves into the top 6 right now. They're going to get some serious points from this, as well as their kill total that they have right now. I mean, they could walk away with a quite high scoring point this time, but Tsukasa going to be flushed out. Tobirama, that's probably why he's been killed now. So top 5 remaining. Crate's going to drop in the middle. Are You Scared? Probably now giving away their position to Pittsburgh Knights. They were getting involved in a couple of engagements. It's Ranger, that solo player up in the north, who's probably going to be able to sneak into this one. You got Nova over to the northeast, who needs to push into potentially the next circle when phase number 7 pops.
I love that Are You Scared are still holding on rather to that fence line. Huge grenade coming in for Beowulf on top of the members of Latinos Unidos. And if I know Nova, they're going to try to capitalize on this. They know that they've got Latinos Unidos on their back foot. And well, a few more nades will be raining down on top of them. The VSS prepped and ready to spray down on any of the members that try to push off of that northwestern, or rather southeastern direction, but the circle is closing in, and no teams have to at least continue on that movement. But Pittsburgh Knights, they're going to be spotting out Are You Scared? That's going to be Monarch with a nice knock.
Great, you need to keep throwing those grenades at Latinos and you just keep the pressure on now. You're sending Beowulf with the VSS to keep an eye on that compound to make sure this doesn't get third-partied. Jagger, Monarch going to press forward, knowing that they've got one member down there, seeing they can get the flush off the back end of that kill. TJ Tattoo cannot win the gun duel. So that's going to be Pittsburgh Knights saving Monarch and keeping them in the game. There are no complete squads left in this area. It's a 3v3v3v1. Make that 3v3v2 right now because Latinos Unidos just lost another member.
But Trid, look at this circle. Look where it's popped and who it popped on. The solo player of Wildcard finds himself being the only person inside of this phase of the game, and will 3 teams up towards the north have to whittle each other down to try to make that safe entry because it's wide open territory. No one's going to be able to just slide through, and Ranger just has to look on and just try to throw some shots, throw some pressure out there, do whatever you can to stall these teams and force the engagement.
Ranger could also just be king of the ashes when this all burns to the ground right now. They're throwing some cover up there to try and cut off sightlines. They assume someone's going to be in the high ground already. They just don't know how many and who is up there. So they're going to throw down some cover. Ranger is so enclosed right now between 2 scrap vehicles and a property. Clonus will get a knock onto Cotto. And he's just going to spray down to Beowulf. He's exposed himself right now. 3 teams remaining. Latinos and Nidos going out in 4th. Jagger taking a few shots at Nova while they have been weakened. They keep the pressure on here. It's a 3v2v1 right now. The numbers advantage to Jagger. Mounting up here for Edwin to try and go up to Beowulf, provide cover, and also look for the res as well. Good thing that's a bit of an all-terrain vehicle. The fire's coming in, gonna start smoking, needs to get out. Might go out for the explosion here, but Edwin's been knocked down here by Monarch, who's taking the shots from a distance, leaving Beowulf as a solo player, unless he goes for the res.
So 2 teams from the north. It was going to be Nova as well as the members of Pittsburgh Knights, each using different strategies to bridge this gap and get inside of the safe zone. Pittsburgh Knights with a beautifully placed strategical smoke wall that allowed them to push up to this hillside where Ranger lies in wait. Nova, they had the vehicles to work off of, and well, it worked out a little bit better for the Knights in this regard. Edwin bleeding out, Beowulf the only member left alive, and he's got to pop out into the open, but it's going to be Pittsburgh Knights that find the solo player of Wildcard. Now 2 squads left. It's going to be essentially at this point in time a 1v3 situation as Edwin continues to bleed out, and Beowulf has now gotten into the prone position, lying in wait. The VSS and the M416 are going to be his tools.
He knows what he had to do. He's dropped the backpack there to reduce the likelihood of being spotted out. With the VSS spraying into nothing right now, he knows the general direction because he sees the bullet trails, but he's making a lot of noise right now. The circle's forcing him to reposition. The high ground was all there. That's Pittsburgh Knights taking away the first map win on Erangel, and with a sizable 11-kill count.
It's a good finish for them, but consistency continues to ring true from this squad of
Nova
Esports. Wildcard coming in with the 3rd place finish as well, and that's going to be a 9-kill game for Wildcard, 8 kills for Nova. So again, huge performances coming out of our first game of Erangel, but we've got one more game on the books here for the day, and we're going right back to Erangel, back to back.